Yeah.
My favorite rolling device. I've got a lot better luck with this than I do with my die.
I'm still going to be rolling with dice, so I will
Right.
maybe, if there's any rolls you'll have to see, I might just drop it down like that or something. But I'm going to continue rolling with dice. It's just easier for me because some rolls you're not meant to see. Actually, most rolls I make you're not meant to see. So yeah. And excuse my disheveled look. Um, I haven't left the house in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, I did message Keaton. It seems like it's not going through. I know sometimes he has connection issues or whatever. All right. So let's start rolling then, I suppose. We will start with Abram. Ara, you can. Well, I'm just gonna. We're not in character yet, so Abram, you can roll your hit die. Let's have a quick look. See.
That is two.
Okay, wait, before you roll, it's going to be 1d8. So before you roll, you just some things. So if you roll low-ish, then what I'm going to make you do is I'm going to make you roll 3 times, and then we'll take the average of those three rolls. So we'll start off just at a single roll. If it's decent enough, and I'll be the judge of that, then that's what it is. But if it's a little too low, then I'll allow you to roll 3 times, and we'll take the average of those three rolls.
Okay. I'm going 20.
Are you going on roll 20? Okay, cool. Let's open it up here. Well, actually, not this one. Let's do this one. Yeah.
It's yes, but not.
Abram, your connection isn't the greatest. Alright, so you rolled an 8 then? Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so you up your HP by 8.
Up it.
8, is it 8 plus your constitution? I'm just wondering.
Your constitution would be added already, so this is
Alright. Just the die. Okay, so Ada, you'll be on. You'll be
rolling a D8.
Yeah, so okay, let's go to Alex. Let's see what you're rolling. I think it's a D8 as well. Yeah, D8.
D8. Okay, for me it's an 8. No, 7. 7.
7. Okay, so you're going to be on 14 then.
Okay.
No, sorry, 15.
15.
Yeah.
But now I had one left from my previous encounter.
Yeah, so you'll stay on 1 for now.
Okay, cool.
Whatever your HP is, whatever your HP level is at the moment is what it's going to stay at for now until a long rest or you're healed. All right, let's go with Jeffrey. Okay, I'm gonna make you roll. I'm gonna make you roll 3. That's 8. 3. Oh, you've already rolled 3. Is that 4?
Yeah, so
yeah, 4.
4, 5, because it's 4, 8, 3 is 15 divided by 3 is 5.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So add 14. That's 14, right? 9 plus 5.
Yeah, and then the constitution modifier, which they'll count automatically, which then should be 15.
All right, yeah, perfect. Then Kalta or Eric.
Okay, so I'm rolling d6. Oh, hold on. Come on, give me a 6. Love me, world. 5. I'm happy with that.
Okay. All right, add 5 to your max. I think that ups it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've pretty much doubled. I've more than doubled my hit points, pretty much.
Nice.
Well, not more than, but almost doubled.
Nice. Okay, Halia. And Dean.
Okay, just hold on.
Do you want me to roll it? D10.
Okay.
She's rolling on roll 20. I'll verify her roll.
All right. I think we're all watching.
I got a 3.
All right, yeah. Re-roll 3 more times. I'm going to take the average.
3 more times.
3 more times or 2 more times?
3 more times. 3 full new rolls.
And it's
2.
2. Okay.
10.
Okay.
Yes.
And another 3.
I'm guessing you're taking the 10.
Well,
Average.
Yeah,
3
taking
plus
the average.
18. It's
6.
like 4.2, 4.3.
Hang on. I'll tell you
No,
now.
off.
Yeah, so I'll give you that plus an extra 2. So I'll give you 7. So you can up yours by 7 HP.
Cool.
All right. Who's missing? Just Doge, eh? Have I missed anyone? No, I think we got everybody. Just some pointers. All right, so just quickly, on last week, I remember Doge asking if he can do an unarmed attack before doing his normal action. So with unarmed attacks, you'll be able to do a double punch. So you'll be able to do a double unarmed attack. All right, here we go. Just on time. Keaton.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hey.
Good day. How are you guys?
All right, man. All right.
Laka. You're just on time. We were literally just about to start. We just finished also rolling our new hit points scores. So you can roll your hit dice, which is a D10, and then you'll add that to your HP score.
Guys, I'm listening. I'm just going to use the microwave quickly, so I'm just going to mute myself.
All right.
That's 5.
All right. Okay, so I said that if you get a low enough score, I'd let you roll 3 times, and then we'd take the average. So I'll judge that as a little bit low. So I'd let you roll three more D10s. Give me the scores, and we'll calculate your average, and we'll take it from there.
3.
Yeah. There's people getting low rolls tonight.
And a 9.
And your last one? One more.
9.
2 9s.
No, 5, 3, and a 9.
Oh, 5. No, roll a new one. So not so an add. So it's going to be 4 rolls in total, but we're going to take 3 new ones.
And a 10. 5, 3, 9, and 10.
Nice. Okay, so your new total is going to be 7. So not 7, but add 7 to your HP. So yeah, happy with that. Sweet. All right, so I was just about to touch on a couple of things. What you had said last week, Doge, about an unarmed strike, so I was just quickly explaining that you'll be able to do a double unarmed strike as an action, so 1, 2, but depending on if you have the feature or not, you'll probably only just be adding your strength modifier as the damage. Obviously, you'll have to roll to hit, and the damage should just be your strength modifiers. But if you're carrying a light weapon, you'll be able to punch. So you'll be able to strike with a punch and then attack with your light weapon. So you'll be able to do that. So you'll be able to punch with one hand or strike with your light weapon, and then as a bonus action, attack.
Sorry, is that only for Keaton, or does that mean that I can attack twice in my round and then use my bonus action as attack as well?
No, so it's fair enough. Yeah, that's true. No, it's not just for Keaton; it was for everyone. So you're saying because of your bonus action is already a second punch, you want to be able to punch again. So you're saying you want to punch, and then punch again.
No, I think I only unlocked that at level 6 or 5. So yeah, I don't think I'll be able to punch.
No, but your strikes already do a lot more damage. With everyone else's strikes, it's only going to be adding their, except for Halia perhaps, they'll only be adding their strength. Their strength is basically their damage. They're not going to be rolling any damage. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's just so that it just allows perhaps more options when it comes to fighting. So if you're carrying a light weapon and you want to punch, you'll be able to punch. Obviously, you'll have to roll to hit, and then you'll use your you'll be able to use a light weapon, or you can double punch. All right. Okay, and then. All right, yeah. So also just with the whole messaging thing, it was just a new thing that we're trying out. We'll take it, give it a couple of weeks test trial. I know it's early days still, so it was. I was thinking of doing it in any case, but I thought that now would be a good time just to kind of try and resolve my brother and his girlfriend's character. They've gone away, so I mean I asked him if he could jump on and help just resolve it, but he can be a little unreliable, so I'm not surprised. I think I've told him most of you. So, but that's okay. We'll play it through. I'm taking over their characters now, so I'll be playing Ilishat and Maya, and yeah. But I think other than that, anything else anybody would like to ask or add before we get going?
I'm good.
Sorry, I didn't really like that text-based one. I don't know. It wasn't that good for me.
Didn't you enjoy it so much, eh?
Yeah, no, I didn't enjoy it so much. I thought I'd just say, I understand the idea just to resolve him in a tail end of a story.
Yeah, of course, I want you to go on. This is meant for people to enjoy, so no, that's not a problem. I mean, if you don't like it, I'm not going to change your mind, so you must tell me. Okay, no, that's cool. I don't know. Then I mean, let's. Okay. Well, yeah. No. Okay. Let's perhaps. I'm just trying to think now. Is there anything else we could change to make it better, or is it just in general you don't think it's a good idea?
It was just in general. I'll still give it another chance because last week was a bit difficult for me.
Yeah.
And even the weekend. I think we can give it a second chance and see maybe if it grows.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. And I can understand it's not for everyone. I mean, if you weren't paying attention, you're gonna have to catch up on a lot of reading and stuff, which I know it's not. And I mean, not everyone has time to kind of keep it up and keep it going. So that's okay. Well, let's give it one more week. We'll see what happens after the session. If we decide we end somewhere where we'll be able to use it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just on that note, I figured I'd just jump in quickly. I think it's a really cool way to resolve, kind of like you said, the tail end of certain little stories or things if we can't quite get to it in the actual session. And then I also think what you can maybe do, which could be pretty cool, is if we, for example, end the session that we are all on the cart and we start moving somewhere, then you can say, okay, cool. Just on there, you can say, okay, cool. On this cart, Alia and Kalta, you're sitting next to each other. Do you guys want to have a quick conversation? And same again with, for example, Bedrick's in front. Does he want to quickly think something or say something just to kind of add, almost not a serious part of the story, almost not playing, but more kind of flavor text, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that was almost the point. I think it was more to, like, now just wrap this up. Or, for example, if you wanted to, if it's downtime, like you say, you're on the cart, and you perhaps wanted to scavenge or something, and then you don't necessarily have to do that in-game. You could do it via messaging to say, I scavenge, and then I'll say, okay, roll whatever, see what you find. Or if you wanted to mine something, or if you wanted to practice a new skill or something like that. It wasn't necessarily made to kind of progress the story. It was more just for the things that might take a bit of time in-game itself. So,
side quests.
Yeah, the side quests and stuff like that. Yeah, just having conversations between characters, getting to know each other a bit better. So let's maybe keep it at that. Let's not make it too complicated. I think we just need to practice a little bit, I suppose. But so let's just give it a week or two. We'll see where we end off tonight. If we end on a high point, somewhere where we can't necessarily just take time off to chat, then, I mean, you're not going to be texting. But, for example, if we end somewhere where you're camping, then perhaps a couple of characters might have a conversation between each other, or whatever. So something.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe during a long rest, if you are practicing a skill, I mean, we can use that to resolve it in sort of a public domain. And then just before the session, somebody can scan over and see what everybody learned, rather than spending an hour before a session solving or resolving all those stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I think. Well, look, we're all new to this. Most of us are new to this game. I mean, it's the first time for me. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for us to do any of those things. Like we've done a couple of scavengers. I'm not sure how long it's going to take for us to like resolve mining or skill creation or crafting and stuff like that. So, I mean, if we do it in game, we do it in game. That's how it is. I'm not going to tell you not to do it in game. But yeah, we'll just take it as it comes. We'll be fluid and move with it and decide how we go. Everybody happy with that? Anything else? Okay. All right, that was a long enough silence. I think we'll jump into it. All right, so we last kind of left off, and also just through the conversation, we all kind of gathered outside at the moment. The time, let me just quickly see, is we're heading towards 12 o'clock now. It's getting late. Halia, you're revived. Everybody's awake. We still have North lying on the ground, broken. He's a broken man at the moment, and we're kind of discussing what's the next move, what's the next step. You have a goblin in your midst. He's currently a blue color through Kalter's prestidigitation.
We click on hey, he's back.
Who do we lose?
You're back.
We lost him for a second, Tony.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. Damn. Where did you lose me?
The last thing we pretty much heard was hi and welcome to D&D tonight.
Oh, fuck's sake. I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh no.
Probably lost like 15 seconds, 20 seconds.
Okay. So let me start from the top. All right, so we all kind of gathered around now. Everybody's outside the cave. We're all sort of standing around North and Beardrick, who's collapsed to the ground. There's a blue-colored goblin in your midst. Kalter had cast prestidigitation on it, changing its color to blue to try and fool Halia while she was unconscious. Session was busy helping Ilishat and Maya carry out all their goods from the cave. And now we are just trying to figure out how we're going to move forward from here and what's the next step. Like I don't know if you heard, but it's around 12 o'clock and it's midday. Probably got a good few hours if you wanted to start heading out. Ilishat kind of mentioned that we better just be careful, since where there's one goblin horde, there's usually more. So And Beardrick had obviously returned. He had a large cut running down from his collarbone to, like he said, to his navel. He was carrying a goblin head that had very sharp, its teeth were filed down to very sharp points, and it was wrapped in a green cloth. For those, if I didn't mention it in the chat, and for those if you didn't read. And we all just kind of gathered around at the moment, discussing what the next step is. Let me start with Adar. What would you like to do at this moment?
I think I should heal Bedrift because he only has 1 HP.
And you're okay. I did actually kind of. Sorry, I know I took liberties with your character whilst you were away a little bit, and I.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And I thought that's what you would do. You would kind of go and heal Halia. So I did use one of your spell slots to heal, to cast cure wounds on Halia. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, then I'd like to heal Bedrift.
All right, cast, roll.
Okay, 1d8. Oh, where is? Ugh. 1d8 plus 3.
All right, what do you get?
That's 4.
4. Okay, I'm not going to be watching roll 20 the whole time. I'm looking at my notes sometimes, so you're going to have to just shout out what you've rolled. All right, so you got 4. Okay, so I think along with that, I'd like you just to roll a. Would anybody like to just roll a medicine check? Whoever's got proficiency, perhaps, just to see if they can, perhaps, before you cure wounds, just to clean it out. I think just to for the sake of realism or whatever, it would make sense to first clean the wound.
And I might be able to use station to clean it up just to keep it kind of cool and thematic.
All right. No, that's perfect.
I'm not efficient in medicine. I am definitely not efficient in medicine.
Yeah. No, that's fine. You won't have to. I won't let you roll for that. I mean, that's part of the spell. You cast prestidigitation on the wound, cleaning it, and Adar, you can now cast cure wounds.
Okay, yeah. Well, then I cast cure wounds. I only heal a total of 4 points.
All right. And,
but it's better than nothing.
Yeah. And Bedrick, you can add 4 points to your HP.
100%. Thanks, Adar.
Oh, no problem. Sorry, on a tangent. Toto, what's my max health you calculated there?
Okay. It's a good question.
Sorry.
I actually didn't record anybody. Yes, plus 8. So it's going to be your previous HP, which would have been, I'll tell you now.
It was 10.
Yeah, 10 plus 8, so it's going to be 18 now.
Okay, that's a lot, but okay, shop, I accept.
All right. Yeah, I think you rolled a full 8 on your 1d8, so that's good.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Alia's on 25.
Yeah. Well, she needs it. She's been.
Yeah.
I'll use my body as a shield. My tiny body.
And this is only the start. She's gonna keep pulling away from us.
Yeah. I checked earlier. I think the fighter at level 18 gets a skill that literally makes her heal 1d6 plus her constitution and her dwarven hardiness every single round.
Jeez.
Then we can fight all the goblins.
That is insane. Yeah, if you fight goblins at level 18, it's a different story.
Fine, I will hate them so.
At level 17, Monk's get an ability. It's called Quivering Palm, and if you roll it, and then a guy has to roll a Constitution modifier or die.
Nah.
Yeah,
higher level characters are just insane.
Yeah.
I think wizards at some point just know all spells. Like,
yeah.
If there's a spell you want, you just do it.
Yeah. I googled all of our characters. Very exciting. But level 18 is a very long way away.
Yeah, that's like two years from now at this pace.
Yeah.
So we'll pick up speed. I think the last session we got some good speed going with that.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind that the time tracker thing. I'll just implement it if I deem it necessary. So don't worry too much about it just yet. Okay. So at this point, Beatrick, you're healed. You're up and you're standing, feeling a little better. Massive scar going down your chest. Not completely healed. It's still quite pink, but the skin after that cure wounds that Addo had cast is starting to cover it up. Okay. Halya, let's jump to you.
Well, last time I had a chat with Carter.
Yeah, we're having a conversation.
Yeah, but I'm not exactly sure what he's going to tell me. So.
Can we start with a conversation?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, pretty much. Halya, this is a goblin, but it's a different kind of goblin. And he's pretty much sweared his allegiance to us. And he's from a different tribe, and he might be able to give us information about the tribe that killed your parents, and we can go hunt them.
But does he also hate other goblins?
Well, he kicked their head, so obviously he does. He's like a little blue version of you.
I will keep an eye on him, but he can stay for now.
Just keep in mind that I don't know if you really know magical creatures, being from a fighters guild and all, but he's pretty much a cave goblin, and the more they're outside in the sun, the more their skin starts going from blue to green. So if he's suddenly green, he's not the same. He's just been in the sun too long. He's like a little mushroom or a little onion. He sprouts little white hairs and starts going all funky.
Okay, roll deception there.
But I'll let it stay for now.
Well,
I'm
wait,
just gonna watch him.
Let's see what happens first. So I'd like you to roll deception, and
perfect.
And Halya, I need you to roll insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 15. Does she roll with disadvantage because she comes from a fighters guild and
I don't need disadvantage.
Oh, never mind.
I'm full.
Okay. Yeah, so you believe every word that comes out of his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You make hate goblins.
Can I also? Oh, it's Halya's turn first. So wait.
He's still a goblin though, so I'm still gonna keep an eye on him, but I won't kill him because he's not green and he's apparently hates other goblins. And maybe he can give me information. Other than that, no action.
Alright, okay. And Yimik kind of turns to you and says, Yimik, do anything you say. I'll tell you anything you want to know, anything. Oh, my goblin voice tonight isn't the greatest. But anyway.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
That was perfect.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
Can I? Because I'm already kind of ready for mine.
Yes, go for it.
Okay, cool. So firstly, I'd like to ask, 2 stations ago, I scavenged a mystery route, and we weren't sure what it was. Yeah. Can I ask Yimik if he has any idea what the mystery route is coming from the area and everything?
Make it easy.
Yeah. Ask him. You can ask him.
Well, Yimik, do you know what this route is? Do you know if it's edible? Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? What is it used for?
Yimik takes the route, gives it a look over, and just hang on, let's see. Okay, Keaton is just restarting his router. Sorry. Yimik takes the route, gives it a look over. He says, just with his eyes brightening up, he says, "Yes, master, I know this route. It's good to eat. It's good. Yes, it's nice." And then he kind of shoves it back into your arms.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you, Yimik. That's awesome. And then secondly, I'd like to kind of walk a little bit of distance away, not a far distance, just kind of, the casual we're walking somewhere thing with Yimik and ask him to come along. And then I'd like to ask him if he knows anything about the Battlehammer dwarves and there was a raid on them by some orcs and goblins a long time ago. Does he know anything about that? Mostly pretty much trying to probe, just so you know what my idea is, trying to pretty much probe if he was in any way part of it or on the side of the raiders.
So, okay, you're asking the question in the replies. Yes, Master, we goblins, we know the battle hammers. They're a fierce tribe of dwarves. We still stay well away from them, Master. We haven't encountered, or my tribe or me myself, I have never fought a battle hammer dwarf until today. We don't look for trouble from them. They used to be kind to us goblin folk, so we try avoid them and not look for any trouble from any battle hammer dwarves.
Okay, fantastic. I give Yimik a smile from my right hand side, my good side. Give him a pat on the back, and I say, I think you're going to be a great part of the team.
Thank you, Master. I look forward to our profits together. Kind of rubbing his hands together.
Little scaly hands.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything before Elishat and Maya kind of jump in? All right. Yeah.
I think. So we're all together now, a little ways from the cart.
Well, the cart is actually still in the thicket, about 300 feet away. So a couple hundred meters away is the cart. It's still in the thicket. It's been about 2.5 hours since you guys have entered the cave and come out and started taking things in and out, the crates and everything else. Everything that was in the cave is now outside. All the crates and everything you kind of needed. The cave is basically empty at the moment. Not much else in there.
Oh wait, so we're just outside the cave. We're not.
Yeah, you guys haven't traveled. Well, nobody's mentioned that they've gone to fetch the cart or anything. So the cart is still a ways off. Hopefully.
That's ominous. So the human, what's her name?
Elishat?
No.
North.
The North is still unconscious here close by.
He's still unconscious. He's still completely naked. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to tell everybody or ask everybody. So we found one of the guys, but we're one short. Do we go after them? Do we take the cart to Fandolin? What do we do?
Do we know where the other one went?
Yes. It seems that he was taken to the bigger goblin camp. To the west.
To the west.
It's hard to get the cart to safety, though.
That's a good idea.
What I was thinking is there's two people here in need of a cart and also going to Fandolin. So we can probably, with the permission of like one of the employer, get the cart to Fandolin and then get hired for a new job to get the dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can go to Fandolin first, and then from there travel back, get the dwarf and take him back again.
I was thinking Maya and Elishat take the cart and we move on to see what we can do with the dwarf camp.
I don't know if having two people that are very much mercenaries, very much on the lookout for gold, take the cart there is possibly the best idea.
They still are employer blue silk pants. I mean, do we really want them to take our employer and all his goods to the village?
Well, he is one of the people who actually pays and works in Fandolin. So if they don't want jobs in Fandolin again, they can probably piss him off if they want to.
I'm thinking more like they kill him, leave him somewhere, and take the cart and sell the goods.
Yeah.
I would be really disappointed in the amount of money he's going to offer if that is his plan.
Hey, you never know.
Just on a note of going west, that was like the scouting mission that I did. There is a massive party of goblins, and they're not weak or shy either. So that's the reason why I've got a massive gash on my chest right now, and they're about 10 miles out, or a bit more than that.
How big is massive?
It's about 30 of them.
30.
Maybe we should go with the cart to Fandlin, take our one employer safely there, and then he might pay us to go find his friend, the other dwarf, and we can reprovision and get proper rest and all that to go after the dwarf guy.
Just to make sure, we're about 3 days away from Fendelin.
So according to your
remember, our quest was to get the cart to Fendelin. So if we get the cart there, we're gonna be paid in full in any way. So then they're gonna have to give us another reward to actually go save the dwarf.
Ask Yumik if he knows if the dwarf's going to be eaten or killed soon, or if we have time.
I asked Yumik if the dwarf's going to that.
Alright, so Yumi kind of answers, I know they're going to take him for questioning, Master. They're taking him to King Graal, and King Graal will question and keep, yes. King Graal is clever. He doesn't, he likes to torture a long time, and dwarves can live for centuries, so he will probably keep that dwarf until he dies of old age before he kills or slits his throat.
So, in lack of better words,
so is he gonna slit his throat after he died of old age?
Well, it depends if the ugly dwarf creature gives him what he wants.
Okay. I think we take the car to Fanlin with one of the employers. Get half of the quest done, get some gold, stock up on long rests and stuff, and then go get the dwarf.
Well, yeah, keep in mind, once again, our quest, what they are paying us for is literally just to get the cart to the end point. So if one of them's alive, we're getting our cash. And then most likely it's going to be another quest with more cash to go save the dwarf. So otherwise, it's just doing that second part for free.
And as good as the other dwarf, but might be gold is more important.
I think bottom line is we need a lot of resources, and we need to stock up and rest before we take on that other party.
Cool.
Do you know, would we be able to move around them?
The area that as close as I got, basically, was about a mile out from them. It was surrounded by thickets and quite rough terrain, so there was just one path that they were making on the way as they were heading out towards west.
So it's pretty much going to have to be, we're going to have to go through them.
Yeah, we have to be very stealthy to move around the sides. If there's no scouts, because that's what attacked me, was a scout that was just looking out for them on the outsides. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is also going to depend on what the unconscious guy is going to say. So I think for now, we can just load him on the cart, and then Fandolin is north, and
no, Fandolin is also
west.
Fandolin is southwest.
Southwest.
Mm.
Then let's get him on the cart, try and start moving somewhere, and then just try and get him awake.
Yeah, so we can move until about like 4 or 5. Then he should be awake, and then we should be starting to camp for the night. And then we can probably decide there what's the best when we have all the information.
All right, at this point,
problems.
Yeah, sorry, Adam, go for it.
Shouldn't have used my healing on Beatrix, actually on our employer, to just hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
When Keaton comes on, he can probably heal him.
He also spent his lay on hands pool though in the previous session.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, he spent it on himself. So
I'm not giving back my HP.
I'll take it back.
so Elishat at this point jumps in with her deep feminine voice and says, if we help you take this human back to Fandolin, we demand partial payment for the assistance we provided you all.
Once again, there's 5 of us and 2 of you. There's 6 of us now, actually.
I walk up really close to her and said like, and then I ask her, have fun carrying all that stuff.
Well, perhaps we might get perhaps we might share the loot on all of this as well, if you'd like. Maybe split it 80-20.
Did they level up as well?
Well, do you know what level they were originally on? So.
I walk back to the group and I was just like, are we happy with 80-20? Because I feel somebody with a little bit more persuasion can get that number even down more, even down, no, down even more.
Well, 80 for me and Maya, and 20 for you. I hope you understand that. Good cat.
What about 15?
I don't think we will. You mean you'd like 15 and we take 85?
No, I mean you take 15 instead of 20.
Oh
Otherwise,
no, I meant you take 20 and we take 80. So, but only for our good. You can keep whatever this little puny human was going to pay you.
I turn around to Sas and I say, okay, these guys are starting to test my nerves.
Yeah, only now.
Well, I wasn't always there.
Maya, you see Maya jumping up and down with his little battle axe, running around, keeping a lookout, coming in, saying, "Listen to her. We will give you 20% of what we would have made. You can keep whatever you're gonna get off of this fellow, but we will give you 20 of what we're gonna make on taking this stuff back."
So in other words, we're getting our full sum for our quest, and then we're getting 20% of theirs as well.
Exactly. I think that's a good deal. We were being easy on you.
That's not a bad deal.
Can I try and I'm not the best at persuading, but can I try and persuade him to make it 30%?
Okay, you can. What are you gonna do to try and persuade him?
I'd like to say, it's been very dangerous and multiple, lives have always been lost. Halia was down on the ground. As far as I know, neither of you guys have actually been properly down. So
yeah, exactly. If it weren't for us, you guys would have been dead there in the thickets. You guys barely made it without us. And where were you spending your evening last night? You guys were sleeping in an old bear cave. You guys had stood no chance. If we weren't there, me and Elishat weren't there, you guys would have been finished. You would have. Yeah.
You would have been able to get your supplies as well from the cave without us.
Easy stuff. We are stealthy, don't you know? We would have gone in there and slit that big fellow's throat.
And that's why you lit yourself on fire and almost died.
I didn't almost die. I was fine. I was perfectly okay. I knew what I was doing. We do that all the time.
Small goblin girl. Small gnome girl.
I think I should try persuade him because I'm a little bit better at it. The number's a bit higher. Let's put that way.
It seems like Caldo forgot what he was doing.
Alright. Come on, man. Let's get
it. Starts well.
Hey, what did you get?
Well, let's see. Give me 1 second. I got. Oh shit! That's why it's not working. I haven't pushed the button. Oh, a 10 plus not enough.
Yeah.
So 10 plus 0, so 10.
Okay. Well, if you can't convince him, it's going to be even harder for someone else to convince him. So you can try, Bedrick, if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I'll give it a shot. It's a T20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. +4. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. 12.
12, yeah, I know. So, yeah, you're not going to convince me to change our minds. And Elisha says, we best get going. This goblin head makes me uneasy. The fact that there are still 30 goblins out there, I think it's best we get going. If we all pull together, the journey will be easy. We'll part ways in Fanlin, and we don't have to speak of this again. I won't have to embarrass you. Half your party was down, and if it weren't for me and Maya here, I think you'd all have been finished. So I think we leave it at that, and let's get out of here.
So I think it is a good deal. Just okay. Adar helps them load it up.
Yeah.
Load it up on the wagon. And
yeah, I also
yeah.
carry the stuff I found. Who's taking a north? Because yeah, we are a few hundred meters away still from the cart.
I'll take an off to the cart, it's fine.
Yeah, since you took his HP, you can probably take him to the cart.
The least I can do.
Can I cast prestidigitation on North's gentleman's vegetables to just, blur them a little bit so Bedrick doesn't have to look into a schlong the whole time?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure some of you might have some extra bit of clothing lying around, perhaps.
Make us fix it like Rick and Morty.
There was
just put some goblin clothes on him.
There was a very nice red, I think, scarf lying around there somewhere. Maybe we can just tie that around him.
I'm wearing that scarf.
Yeah. Just give it to him. Just give it to him.
I have no problem with him being naked.
Okay.
Well, Bedrick gets one. You're going to have a good carry.
That's right.
All right, so we're all on the cart now, heading out. Again, it's about 12 o'clock now. You'll have a good about 5.5 to 6 hours worth of travel before the sun starts to set, and you'd have to look for a camp. Okay, let's quickly see who is. Yeah.
Just before we go, can I? Because we're leaving from the cave now.
Well, yeah.
Can I grab one of the freshly killed wolves, because I'm not really carrying much, and take that with to the cart?
You can, yes.
I mean, meat's meat, and a man got to eat.
All right, so for meat, okay, that's perfect. All right, so I think if you want to butcher, let me just quickly see the tables here.
I don't know if I'm going to butcher it. I'm just carrying it to the cart. I figured I'd see at the cart if anybody has any sort of experience with butchering a wolf, I guess.
No, you won't. I mean, most people would have some form of experience in cutting up things, and so I don't think you'll need. Let me just quickly see here.
Is anyone else's rolled HP updating on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, mine updated.
Did you do anything specifically? Did you just go to manage HP and change your rolled HP, or did you?
I changed my rolled HP.
Oh, okay. So you just apply the rolled amount, and it'll apply the.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just add the rolled amount. Okay, that worked. Thank you.
Sogni,
yeah.
We're seeing stuff.
All right. So that's okay. I was going to show you now. So here.
I don't know if you're seeing stuff.
No, it's stuff that you can see. It's okay. So the creature you have is medium, so
Okay.
you'll have 16 pounds of meat. However, it will only last for 2 days raw, since it is meat. And then after that, you have to choose to cook it and eat it. Otherwise, you make a 15 Constitution saving throw, and yeah, take it from there. So just to give you a heads up. And then
Perfect.
For food and water, I mean, you only need let's see here. You need 1 pound of food per day. So you've got 6 pounds of food. Did we say 16 pounds of food from that wolf? So you've got quite a bit of food there. You got enough for 16 days for one person. But it will only last. It will.
2 days for all of us.
Yeah, it will only last for 2 days. So there are 8 of you at the moment. So yeah, who's good with math? My mind
The
is.
last 8 of us 2 days exactly.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was a little retarded of me. Sorry.
After 2 days for all of us. Good. I'd like to yell, meat's back on the menu, boys.
Okay.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet. Yeah.
I just want to find out that information that I gave to Ada when he came to me as I fell on the ground. Did everybody hear that, or just
I will
some people?
repeat it again.
Okay, so no, because apart from like the massive party and the scout and all that, I also wanted to add to the information that the party that I did see moving west was also carrying a rather large creature, bear-like, and it has owl features, but unfortunately I wasn't able to identify what it was. It looked like it was trapped. They had trapped it, and then they loaded it up on this like makeshift litter, and they were dragging it.
One would say a owl bear.
Almost, basically.
But yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen an owl bear in
Well,
the game. So,
all of you could roll nature with advantage, I suppose. I mean,
with advantage.
Yeah, the actual person who would know about it is currently offline. I think Keaton said he's having network issues. He's just restarting his router or whatever, but we might just have him in the background for a while.
A 2 and a 5.
Okay, so 7. So yeah, you have no idea what creature is. Oh, not 2 and a 5. All right, there's no. You're not adding anything, hey?
No, it's with advantage, so the highest one.
Yeah. Okay. So 5. Yeah. So you have no idea what creature this is. It is absolutely beyond you. Never heard of anything. You think he's talking crazy talk. Okay.
Sorry, can I get control of my character on Roll20?
Yeah, we need to set up things. Sorry, this is just the original page. Let me quickly give you control. Oh, damn, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong thing here. Just give me a couple seconds.
While he's busy there, a fun thing you guys notice as I walk is I seem lighter on my feet, like I can go even faster.
Heyo. We just need to get a model for Yimik as well, hey?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm actually just about to paste it.
Cool.
Although the paste didn't work, so let me try again.
Oh, I've also lost control of my character.
Alright, oh yeah, okay, it's probably the page. I'll give control to everybody now. Let me get back there. And then you can just set up where everybody is, what you want to do, and so on. So let me give control to Kalta quickly. I don't know why you've lost control. Let's see. Are you also going to control Halia, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, you should have control now.
Yes.
I've
got control of Kalta, not Halia yet, though.
You should. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, sorry, I gave the wrong person. There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Say, okay, place yourselves where you want to be on the cart as we travel along.
I'm
Ilish,
right.
okay, so everything is loaded. Nath is on the cart, unconscious. Ilishat and Maya decide that they will take far rear guard, kind of just avoiding the party for now a little bit. Tensions are a little high, so they decide to just kind of stick to themselves at the back. And yeah, and Doge will just chuck on the cart. And yeah, okay, we all ready and set.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So the guys in the front, I'm assuming you are all taking watch. You guys just moving off at normal pace, heading back down the path you came from. I'd like you all to roll. Everybody who's in the lead and behind, all of you roll perception.
That's a 16 for me.
Okay. Alex.
It's a 5 for me.
All right. That's okay. You're not quite up ahead, so that's fine. And that's okay. Perfect.
Tony, can we just put Emic on the cart as well, or walking beside?
Yeah, he'll walk right next to you.
I'd like to ask him to just keep an eye out if anything weird happens.
All right. He says, "Yes, master, of course. I'll try my best." And then he kind of like just goes back to like as he was walking, kind of just looking at his feet. Does it like you say it, but it didn't look like he really heard what you said. It sounded like it sounded like you agreed to what you said. Fine. Yes, master. Okay, to carry on. Okay, so as you guys are all walking ahead, you're passing through the thicket. You come to this escarpment with the river that was entering the cave kind of running past it, and with the escarpment on the side, and you kind of go through the narrow gap. You don't see anything untoward. You do see the goblin bodies that you guys had left behind. They are naked. The other goblins from the previous night had taken all their clothing and armor and weapons, whatever was left behind, and they're just naked there, not caring about their dead. And as you go, you hear the trickle of the water, you see the birds in the trees, just usual, nothing funny going on, and you make your way down as you're going south back towards the tribal trail. You almost feel the elevation decreasing, going up higher, kind of dropping down until you reach the road, the tribal trail, where you still see and you smell the pungent rot of the 2 horses that were lying there and that were butchered, along with the 6 goblins that you guys had slaughtered. Yumek kind of pulled his face at the sight, and it doesn't look like he really cares, but this face of disgust, even the smell for him is quite foul. So you know it's really stinky. Okay.
At that point, I'd like to kind of loudly enough for Halia to hear, ask Emic, you really don't like goblins, do you?
No, master, He kind of like shakes his head, looks at these goblins. I'm happy they're dead. They weren't Yemik's friends. No. And then he kind of points and names them. Even though he says he wasn't friends, he still knows each of their names.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, they were bastards. Screw them. Who needs them? I got new friends. Powerful friends.
I'm guessing it's a perception check.
Insight.
Just to see if he's being truthful or if he's actually a little bit sad.
Insight.
Insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll. There you go. Oh no, that's a 5.
Yeah, it looks like he's being honest to you. It doesn't look like he's lying or anything. It
Perfect.
seems like not that. Yeah. All right. So you can reach this point. Also at this point, Nart starts kind of fluttering his eyes a little bit, and he slowly comes to consciousness. He kind of looks down. He's like, "Oh, what's going on? Where am I? Where am I?" Kalta and Halia, you guys are on the cart, so you'd be seeing this going on.
I'd like to not yell, but loud enough for other people to hear say, "It's alive!" And
yeah.
I'm driving the cart, so I'd like to kind of hint at Halia to explain what happened.
All right. Okay, so you guys are just heading kind of west at the moment, right? You're going to head towards Vandalen still. They continue along the road. That's cool. Okay, so you guys are continuing along the road. Everybody can. Do you want to come a little closer, perhaps, or what's happening? Who's doing what at this point?
I'll move closer to the cart, to the side where Yimmick basically is.
All right.
Well, you can move yourself. Keep a lookout.
All right.
Will he be able to speak loud enough so we can hear there in front, or?
No, I mean, with the cart rolling along on the ground and it being so bumpy and stuff, and him being so weak, he's only on 1 HP at the moment, so I doubt you'll hear anything from him.
Okay, then I just move like to the opposite side of Bedricht, on the side of the cart.
All right. Okay, then I'd like, just since you guys are all paying attention to North, I'd only like Beardrick and Session to roll perception with disadvantage, and no, Beardrick and Adar to roll perception with disadvantage, and Session, you roll just normal perception.
That's a 10 for me.
Guys, your perception sucks.
And the other guys with disadvantage, Beardrick, what did you get? Okay.
Oh.
Oh, this is where we die.
I'm very invested in this story, in this guy that woke up now. I'm not looking anywhere else. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Okay.
Well, I've got an 8 and a 2, so yeah, 2.
Alright, so you guys are concentrating on North, not paying much attention to what's around. So he kind of slowly sits up. He's like, water, please. My mouth is so parched.
Well, I'll feed him some water.
Alright, Halia, you kind of give him he takes a big swallow and sputters a bit. Thank God you guys have found me. Kalta, I don't hold it against you, mate. I don't care that you basically told him to kill me. I was gonna say.
What are you talking about? I think you might have taken a knock to the head.
No, it's okay.
What?
I was gonna tell you not to trust him in any case. I was willing to die. I was prepared. I was waiting for it. So I'm just happy to be alive. No hard feelings.
I'm glad we were able to save you.
Thank you. But kind of looks down. Where? I'm pretty sure. Before I fell, I was wearing my fine silk underwear. I don't perhaps know if any of you have seen them.
The awkward time.
Did I see the silk underwear on Mayor at any point?
Roll perception.
15.
No, that was a bit too low. But no, you weren't in the vicinity, and you didn't see it on his person or anything at the time, no.
But I saw Mayor taking it. Yes.
You did, yes.
Snitches get stitches. So all I'm going to say is, I saw a small non-goblin creature walking towards you, but I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, that's okay. Does anybody have any clothes they could spare?
I've got an extra set of clothes, but I don't know if I'm close enough to hear.
No, you're not. What have you,
I
Muster?
can give you the. I have the wolfskin
Don't we
and
all have extra clothes?
You should most of you should have an extra set of clothes, yeah, traveling clothes.
I don't think he wants my extra clothes. They're quite stinky.
He's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay, you can have mine. Forgot we have clothes. We have clothes.
yeah. Thanks, Addo. I appreciate it. I'll give them back as soon as we. And he kind of looks around. Where are we? Where are we heading? And he kind of like he's kind of says, is this a tribal trail? And he kind of looks up to the sun. What time is it? Just kind of asking all these questions. Basically, where are we going? What time is it? And yeah. Kelsa and say that again.
I was just telling North that we're heading back to Sunderland.
Okay, good. We need to get back as quick as we can. They've taken Gallerin. They've taken him. We need to head back, resupply, and get out and find him as quick as we can.
Good. I think at this time I should probably try to get North to like lie down and rest because it looks very bad.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah,
Just
we
we're on the way.
We were ambushed out on the trail. We didn't see them coming, and there were too many of them. They managed to capture us and drag us. I was tortured and starved and thirst. What day is it today?
Absolutely no idea.
I think it's 3 days since we started. 4 days. 4 days.
So
it's the 22nd of. Hold on.
If it's been 3 days, it's the 20th today. Oh, all right. So we still have time. We must head back to Standlin. How long have I been unconscious for?
Only a few hours.
Years, no.
It's only from in the caves. Only a few hours.
Okay. And so we must be at least about 2 days out from Fanlin. Okay, good. We'll make good time. We should head back as quick as we can.
Cool.
Where is everybody accounted for? How did you guys find us?
We found the horses. Then we followed your trail.
No, we followed the goblin's trail.
Followed the goblin trail, sorry. Found the horses, saw the goblin, followed the goblin, found the caves. Then we were washed out. Found these two other people, the very suspicious people walking far behind the cart. I'm not sure we like them. And then we went back into the caves and finally found you guys.
And made friends with the goblin.
And now we have this blue thing.
Name is Yimik, and he's very loyal. And he's here to protect you and help us all.
He looks at Yimik with his angry face. This creature, he's the one who tortured me for hours.
Because there was a different one with a hat on.
Oh, I'll recognize his face. Oh, you just wait until I'm feeling better. You are dead, Yimik. I'll never forget you. And then Yimik kind of says, I'm sorry. I was ordered to. Please forgive Master. Tell him I'm changed. I'm good now. Yes, Master, I'm good.
I'd like to just kind of let North hear that, and then kind of just wink at Yimik that he can relax. We'll make sure to keep North close to death. No, I'm kidding. And then yeah, we can just keep on chatting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Master. North, you forgave good Yimik, right? I was just doing my job, you know. I didn't take any pleasure in torturing you. It wasn't fun. Oh, no, it wasn't.
He says with a smile on his face.
Yeah, but it's like leered. It's like his teeth. As he smiles like that, you kind of also notice that it's only just recently looked like he started to file down his already considerably pointed, crooked teeth. Started to kind of file them down slightly. But yeah. Okay, so you guys are heading out. You guys are happy with your current positions. Elishat and May are going to stay behind. They kind of just keeping to themselves. Yeah. All right, so it's just soon roll perception, and Adar and Bedrick, you guys on the sides can roll perception.
Just normal or with the disadvantage?
And you can roll normal now.
18 for me.
Nice. Okay.
17 for me.
Nice.
Do you have a -1 to perception? Oh no, wait, +1. Never mind.
Do you have a -1 to math?
Yes, yes, all the time.
Intelligence. Or is that wisdom?
They pay me. No, that would be intelligence. I think math. They pay me to lead, not to read.
Bedrick, what did you roll?
Just give me a second.
But those are pretty high rolls.
So I'm struggling with my computer to respond, so I rolled like a bunch of them now.
Okay, we'll take the first one. So that's
Alright.
16 plus your
16.
perception.
Perception, which is +3, so 19.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so as you guys are heading along, you make good time. You guys are keeping a good lookout. Haven't seen anything strange, although towards the end of the day, heading towards 4, 5 o'clock, and you guys are starting to head more south than west. You hear a distant screech, very, very loud. It sounds like it's coming from extremely far away, but it's this like quite an intense screeching noise, almost bird-like in nature, but as if it's something incredibly large. And it actually, with that screech, kind of strikes a bit of fear into your hearts. Yeah. It is
when you say pretty far away, like very very far, or this might bother us somewhere tonight far.
Well, with that perception, it sounds like it could be a good anywhere between 5 and 10 miles away.
Okay.
The reason it travels so far is obviously because of the you guys are in a little bit of a corridor. There's kind of mountains towards the north, not massive mountains. It kind of gradually increases in height, but then towards the south of you, there are hills. You kind of, as you look south, with you guys traveling more like southwest, basically, you see these massive hills. You're kind of moving along them. They're also moving in a southwesterly direction. These quite large mountainous rocky regions. Very sparsely populated, not too many trees, mostly just thickets and brush. But other than that, you don't hear or see anything else. You do see a little bit of sign, very old sign of footprints and booted footprints on the trail, but they don't look to be fresh or new or anything. And with that roll, since it is late, I'm assuming you guys want to look for a good campsite.
Yes.
Alright, so that's a pretty high roll. So you guys managed to find a very well secluded campsite between a couple of rocks, probably a good 200 feet off the trail, just south towards the mountains. You find a nice, very unused campsite. You see a couple of rocks. People had made camps there before, but not recently. Well covered, mostly by rocks. you can't see the road when you kind of pull in there. And yeah, you guys set up camp. I think we'll kind of just move it along a little bit. You guys managed to light a fire. Anything you'd like to do at this point whilst you're sitting around and setting up camp? Anybody want to say anything or do anything?
Can we set up the traps, or not the traps, the signal rope thing that I made?
Yeah, roll. I think we said sleight of hand, right? To set up.
Yeah.
All right, roll.
So
Let me just double check here.
D20, eh?
Yeah. Wait. Do you have advantage on sleight of hand? Actually, I think we're gonna do your dexterity modifier because it's kind of like a thieves tool kind of thing, because you are able to set traps. We're gonna use your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus to add to that roll. So what's your dexterity modifier at the moment?
+3.
All right, so it's going to be +3 +2, so that's 5. So add 5 to whatever you roll.
All right, so that's a D20 I'm rolling, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. 14.
Roll 3. Yeah.
Oh wait, why is it just rolling more than one now?
Again, if I click on it, it just sends me 2 of them instead of 1, so I don't understand why.
Okay, well, we're taking the first one. So you set up...
Fine, yeah, I'll take the first one.
Yeah. So that's an 8. So you set up... the trap is okay. You're kind of tired. You had a rough day. Massive cut that you've got, and you just set up the trap and kind of half-heartedly around the rocks. Anything else anybody would like to do?
I spend an hour playing with the scarf, finding out how it works, testing on where to put it, and how I can harden it and not harden it and move it easily. Basically attuning to it.
Sounds good. And yeah, you as you kind of practicing your meditations on it and your concentration with it, you start getting more of a feel for it, and starting to understand the subtle magic of the item you carry.
Just before the short rest, though, I find a tree, and I basically look inside at the energy and how my body works, and punch the tree 3 times using a key point, just to see how it works.
Okay, roll some damage there. 3 times.
Let's see how this.
So just kind of add it with what you were doing with the stats I gave you on that.
So that's 9 plus 9 is 18.
Yeah, nice. So you added the bonus, the damage bonuses with it.
No, I didn't. So that's 21.
Yeah. All right. So with that, because it's so sparsely populated, the tree you find isn't very big, and you smash massive gashes into this trunk of this tree. Although it's not big, it's still sturdy, and with those massive concentration and the punches you give, you next to destroy it, and you actually manage to get some firewood for your fire for the evening.
Nice.
Anybody else?
Well done, Session. I'll pick up some of the wood and start getting the fire going.
All right. You light the fire with your flint. The wizard is kind of just pondering things at the moment. He's not fully concentrated on what's going on around him. He's had a long day and has much to think of. Anybody else, Bedrick? What would you like to do besides putting up your trap and so on?
Not much. I'm happy with the traps and then just sitting by the campfire, I guess. Are we going to take turns again to do shifts patrolling?
Elishat kind of says, yes, I think we should definitely set up.
Sorry.
No, okay, all right. So you guys are back.
Yeah, the lady was very slow.
Okay, that's fine. We've just set up camp.
Did I do anything cool?
No, you've just been deep in thought, hey? You've been pondering the day's events, and Halia, you've just been staring at this blue goblin. Yeah, well, no, it's turned back to green now. But with Kalta's explanation that he's a cave creature that when it's in contact with sunlight, it starts turning green. You kind of start looking at it rather suspiciously with its green skin, and Yimik is kind of Yimik is also just kind of looking at you like, what are you looking at? But yeah, and Bedrick has set up his trap, although he's quite tired, so he didn't do a really good job of it. And we're just preparing for the evening.
I'd like to set up my magical tinkering traps as well. Again, the 3 items in 3 directions of us.
All right. So you're going to put it on Bedrick's trap, or would you like to create your own at this point?
I don't know, Beatrick, did you do like far traps or quite close by, or?
They're not too far. They're just around our camp, maybe about 20 feet, maybe 30 feet out.
No, the traps that they will make an audible sound, so we can hear them.
Yeah, that's within 10 feet, right?
Yes. That's within, yeah.
Oh no. No, Bedrick's ones will tinker. So I mean, but Adar, your tinkering, that only makes sound for 10 feet, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. It's only okay. So I make separate ones as well. So
okay.
You can double up.
Do you have proficiency in thieves' tools? Yeah, you do.
Well.
All right, so make a roll for. It's going to take you about an hour to put together your own a little alarm system. So just roll a dexterity. Take your dexterity modifier, add your proficiency bonus, and roll d20 to see how well you create your little rope and piton trap. Or you're just attaching your pitons to the rope, right?
Yeah, and then magical tinkering them to like in the 3 directions we are placing them, like front, left, right.
Okay, well first we're just creating the rope and magical pitons, so you can put them together. First roll, like I said, your bonus and your dexterity modifier.
Oh, unnatural 20.
Oh wait, hang on, I'm not looking at the roll there. Okay, yeah. So yeah, you only really, it's not a very difficult thing to make. You only needed an 8 to create a very decent one. So you make an incredibly well-made piton and rope alarm system that you can place around your camp within 10 feet of you if you wanted to make a sound.
Yeah, and then as I created, it's 3 of them. The piton itself, I then magically tinker to give an audible sound, a sound, letting us know just from which direction it is coming. But yeah.
All right. Perfect, and you easily do that. I'm not gonna have you roll to do that. I mean, that was quite a good roll, so I'll add that to your creation. And now you guys have 2 sets of just also subtract. No, you've got the pitons. I mean, you don't need to subtract anything. That's perfect. All right, and your traps are set. So what, Kalta, what's for dinner then, hey?
Ik moet nog weer unmute. Okay. So I would like to have a little chat with North.
All right.
and I'd like to pretty much tell him. So I want to not have Yimik with us. So I'm going to tell Yimik to, if possible, can he maybe quickly see if he can find something to eat around the camp?
Can I start cutting up the wolf?
Yeah.
And then I'd like to chat to North and pretty much tell him, listen, this goblin has sweared allegiance to us, and it's pretty much our best way to try and save your dwarvish friend. So just make sure you don't hurt him.
And he kind of looks at you like, oh, fair enough. That can kind of agree with that. But once we have Galdrin in hand, I ask that you please give this little shit to me so I can deal with him as I see fit.
At that point, I will straight up tell him that it's all going to depend on what happens in between. Because if he saves your life after he tried to take it, I feel that's much more of a fair trade then.
And he kind of looks at you, okay, I can understand that. We will see what Yimik does and his behavior. I'll keep a close eye. In fact, I'll keep 2 close eyes on this little one.
Perfect. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And then he kind of turns to everyone and kind of says, slowly but surely looking slightly better, but not by much, does anybody have any weapon that I can please use? I feel a little naked without one.
I can give him my dagger.
And he kind of says, yeah, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate that, but does somebody have perhaps something a little bit with more weight behind it?
Well, this dagger's bigger than your dick, so.
Oh, no, Kelter, you killed me. You killed me, Kelter. Fine, give me the freaking dagger then. And then he kind of snatches it from you, and he like just shoves it in his belt, and sits there like not looking too happy and not looking too healthy, but happy enough to be alive, and slowly but surely starting to get this little glint coming back into his eye, this glint of excitement and of what's happened and what needs to happen. Yimik is kind of off looking for picking up sticks, and he comes to you, he's like, Master, look what I found, look at all these sticks, oh, Master. And he kind of like just shoves them in your hands.
Thanks, Yimik. These are going to be amazing to make some shish kebabs with. So I'd like to take some of the blueberries and some of the wolf meat, if Sis has already done skinning it and meating it, and then some of those tubers, and try my very best to make us some delicious shish kebab.
Nice. Okay.
Well, I guess with a stick it's going to be more of an espetata.
An espetata. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make you roll for anything. I think the chef, since you've kind of been looking out for their health needs, or what you call it, their constitutional needs, you'll easily prepare this dinner for everybody. And
Well, and I'd like to make one for Yimik as well, though, and just to make sure that's out there.
Thank you, Master. Thank you. Okay, so cooks and everybody's sitting there with their little kebabs, and then Yimik kind of excitedly jumps up and down. He's like, these are my sticks. These are my sticks. Looking very excited.
I really think we should make Toby talk as a goblin a lot. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, but he's quite excited that he's managed to help out a little bit and give you guys something to cook your food on. All right, so now you guys is everybody eaten, hey?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
The goblin has poisoned us.
Or he's made us all very, very happy.
Is a saving throw with a d20?
Yeah. So saving throw Constitution is with a D20. Yes.
Yeah.
I have 18.
Nice.
Oh no.
I roll a 10. Like, I feel like I'm gonna die now.
What's your Constitution modifier?
Minus.
23.
Yeah.
Moet ek
Yeah.
saving throws.
So, someone say a 10.
Oh no.
So I've got.
Nee, maar hier stop by saving throws, so it was 5.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I got 7.
Okay.
The dwarf with the highest Constitution got 7.
Yeah, because I rolled a 2.
Do you have proficiency on Constitution saving throws? Thanks
My
to your
saving
race.
throw is +5, but I rolled a 2.
It's okay. I've got a 3.
Okay. All right. So we got
Jesus.
what's Doge? What did you roll? 11. What's your Constitution?
1. So he says 12 for me.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 12.
All right. Yeah. So everybody who got 12 and under, you are all mildly affected by the root that you just ate, that Kalta fed you, and you all have mild hallucinations.
Oh, fantastic!
So I need all of you who failed the DC check. So if you got 12 and under, I need you all to roll a D4 to see how long the effects last.
A D4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not a poison, is it?
No, it's just you start seeing like kind of shapes in the fire. All of you see something different based off of your backgrounds. Halia, you might see a bunch of goblins kind of dancing around a fire, and Kelta, you might see the clean clothes and baths and rain clouds and things like that. And Doge, you might see your old master and mentor in the flames, and also on the edges in the darkness you start hearing very strange noises and whispers in your ear. And all right, who's roll? Okay, so both Doge and Gedrick have rolled 1, so the effects will only last for 1 hour on you. Who else has rolled 1?
I rolled a 4.
Yeah, so Kalta, you'll be tripping for 4 hours.
That might be great, nice.
Yeah.
I got a 3.
Okay, and 3 hours for you. All right, so at this point...
Just before you go on though,
yeah.
I have Dwarven Resilience, so I can have advantage against poison, but does this count as poison?
Technically it does, yes. You're not poisoned though. You're not poisoned, so you can perhaps just roll another D20 with your Constitution saving throw.
Alright.
And then we'll see what happens.
That's worse. Oh no, wait, it's better. It's a 13 plus 5, so that would have been 18.
Yeah, so you're not affected, Halia. You managed to fight through the mild hallucination, and you just had a very good meal with actually quite a tasty root. Besides the effects that it has on some of the party, and at this point, some of you are hallucinating at the moment, and you can kind of come up with what you see and decide what you want to say and tell.
I see some proper rain clouds. Somehow I see rain clouds, even though I'm guessing it's night or darkish.
Yeah.
So I somehow see rain clouds, and I hear thunder and everything. And I'd like to light my Merryweather feather lock. Merryweather lock feather. I'm gonna light that. In response, I figured that's what my character would do. So I'm lighting one of those bad boys.
But I will run to him and say, "What are you doing? Don't waste this."
But rain!
There's no rain.
I see the rain.
No, you're stupid. There's no rain.
I can see the rain. It's literally right there.
Okay, do what you want.
Okay, I will light my Merryweather lock feather. The one that's half used.
Alright, so you can subtract 1, and that will continue to burn unless somebody else manages to perhaps convince him that it's not raining.
Can I try and be sneaky?
And I try and convince him to not light it.
Yeah, so Both you, Adar, and Halia, you can try roll persuasion. And Carter, I'd like you to roll. Let's see here. I think insight's a good one to roll.
17 minus 1, so 16.
Actually, I want you to roll an intelligence saving throw. So if you're proficient with intelligence, add your proficiency bonus, but add your intelligence modifier to your saving throw.
Guys, you're not convincing me of shit. 19 plus 5.
Okay, great. I got it.
I'm burning that son of a bitch.
16.
Yeah, so you guys don't convince him to stop burning his Merryweather lark feather.
Can I try and sneak up and put it out again with my full dwarf sneakiness?
Yeah. Roll stealth, and we'll compare it to Kalter's passive perception.
What's your passive perception?
You're not wearing plate armor, are you?
No, she is.
No, I'm wearing chainmail.
Yeah, disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Stealth with disadvantage, yeah.
Okay, well, the first one was 17, so...
That's, yeah.
9 plus 1, 10. Damn it.
13.
Yeah, no. Kalter sees you coming for it. He sees you coming for his Merryweather feather.
Good.
Merryweather feather.
And now there's this bubble of smoke kind of around the party. Or not. Some of the party might be sitting outside of it. I mean, it only really affects a 10-foot radius. So for the evening, Kalter, you'll be nice and warm and protected from inclement weather.
I yell at Yimek to come to me and sit in the bubble because I don't want him to get wet, because getting wet sucks.
Oh,
and I kind of see him as a child by now.
Thank you, Master. It's so nice and warm in here.
And he kind of puts his head in the smoke and he takes a deep, deep whiff.
It's so nice, Master. Wow.
I'm also actually just need to roll a constitution. Okay. Yimek is also busy tripping balls. Let's see. For 4 hours as well. So he will be joining you, Kalter, on your journey. And his eyes are kind of like his pupils are massive in the dark. And he's like,
Master, the smoke.
He's kind of just doing weird movements and just going crazy a little bit. And he might actually just poke his hand into Doja's purse and see what he can pull out, since he can see Doja's wearing quite finely made armor, and he's gonna just roll a sleight of hand to see if he can pull anything out of there.
Do I see this?
Roll perception with disadvantage, since you are flying high.
Mm-hmm. 14.
No. He's rolled a 19 plus. Let me quickly see his stats.
Yeah.
Doge, what is your passive perception, by the way?
Let me check. Perception. -1.
Your passive perception.
I'm pretty sure it's going.
So that should be 9 then.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, okay. So he's basically rolled a 21. What do you have in your pockets that this sneaky little goblin can take without you knowing?
I've got gold coins, silver coins, and yeah, that's about it in my pocket.
Okay.
Some teeth in there.
It's the last?
The golden teeth.
Golden teeth.
Well, who picked up the golden teeth last
I
night?
think that was Adol, wasn't it?
Okay.
You also have the big mug thing. But yeah, I think you would notice, I don't know.
The
21 is pretty high.
Which mug thing again? I can't remember.
He started the game with a mug thing, asking for
No, it was a gauntlet. He started. It was a he had a
Yeah,
gauntlet.
that's my bag.
Yeah, it's in his backpack.
It's too big to put in my pocket.
Yeah. So he reaches in and he manages.
I've got
Yeah.
I've got 110 silver pieces in my pocket.
All right. So he reaches in and pulls out, like very sneakily, very quickly. Nobody sees this. Pulls out a good. So a handful would probably be about 30 silver pieces out of your pocket, and he looks at them all excited, and like he looks around, just quickly sneakily puts it in his pocket, and then kind of goes back to sit next to Calta in his little smoke bubble. So just subtract.
Can I see if I saw that?
Yeah, roll perception.
Yeah, no, I don't think I saw shit there.
Natural. You're rolling a d4. Well, the first one's a d4. The second one.
Yeah, no. And my perception is only like 3 anyway, so.
All right, so he manages to get away with a small theft. All right. And he's just sitting there, this big grin on his face. Yeah, both Elishat and Maya don't see it either. So the two mercenaries kind of sit there and they look at Doge, seeing that he's this looking like a rather sullen, quiet person, and somebody that they might kind of relate to, since they almost similar style of dress and mannerisms, very quiet and sullen. Ask him, so what? Elishat, like in a deep feminine voice. Doge, so what brings you to the north? You seem like you know the region pretty well.
And Doge is basically just staring at fire, and you can see something, a familiar face, but can't quite make it out. And he sees what he sees is like a bit of, from the fire, sparking some blue and purple flame. And waiting for a response, he sees the fire basically burst out around him, and like within like a 10-foot radius, all around everyone sitting there, just flames everywhere, stands up and says, "The demon is here!" and pulls out his battle axe and says, "Ready yourself."
What do you guys do? Elishat at this moment says, calm down, nothing is here. And she also kind of gets up, just draws her short sword in readiness, and she's going to roll a persuasion check to see if she manages to persuade you. You need to roll I'm going to say an intelligence saving throw.
I want to stand up and assist Elishat. Elishat?
Elishat, yeah. So she rolled a 14.
Could we roll the system or a sitter?
Well, you can roll yourself. Just let's see what happens first. So what did you get there, Doge?
What must I roll?
Roll a D20 with intelligence, intelligence saving throw.
So, and I rolled for persuasion.
Yeah, you roll persuasion.
Yeah, 14 plus 2 persuasion.
Plus my intelligence is 2.
2, so 8.
So 8.
Yeah, so both Elishat, with them getting up and kind of telling you that there's nothing there, they manage to calm you down, and you kind of take a double look around, and the flames are kind of still there, but you don't feel the heat or the burn of it so much, and they kind of convince you and tell you, listen, it's just the route, man. It's okay. Just relax. You'll be okay. And with that, you start they kind of tell you take deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and you listen to the soothing voice of Ilishat, who is a ranger and has actually very good animal handling honor. So he's able to very nicely and calmly speak.
I'm not an animal.
No, but she knows how to deal with something or people who are spooked and a little bit on the edge, and she, with her very soothing deep voice, manages to kind of talk you down from the edge, and your heart still racing. You kind of come round and realize that you are hallucinating.
As soon as Adar stands up and pulls out his battle axe, I also stand up and pull out my claws.
Okay.
Yeah, dodge.
No, just at whatever he's attacking.
Yeah, you're getting ready. Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay.
And then Maya's like, he also pulls out his battle axe, and he's also like full of energy. Where are they? Where are these demons? And they're also all getting ready, and both Adar and Ilishat trying to calm the situation. Everybody, just relax, just calm down. There's nothing there. None of the traps have gone off, and we haven't died yet, so I think we'll be okay. Let us just calm down, relax.
I move a little closer to Elisat, and then I try and whisper to her as I'm looking around, and I'm just like, you don't understand. He has the ability to see evil, even before we see it.
Okay, let us, and then she kind of, with a commanding voice, let us spread out and inspect the region around the campsite. Let's go in groups, at least groups of 2.
At this point, by the way, Calter thinking he's in absolute safety with his bubble of lark, merry feather lark smoke, has started singing campfire songs.
Okay.
Terribly.
They're kind of just ignoring you at the moment. They all kind of just concentrating on Doge and the immediate threat that there seems to be. And with
Dude, I'm clapping hands like a gospel choir. I'm doing it.
And Maya kind of, shut up, you crazy wizard! You fucking smell from hell to high heaven, and you're making a terrible racket. They'll hear us. Shut the fuck up. And then he kind of starts shaking you. Shut up! With quite a lot of vigor, kind of holding his hand on your mouth to kind of keep you quiet. But not that it's helping much. You're just continuing.
No, I'm just singing. Like I'm tripping balls. So I'm seeing this as, listen, this guy's having a party with me. So we're singing.
You make kind of
How the wizard's doing spells. This is serious, guys.
Yumi kind of jumps on the back of Maya and kind of pretends he's riding a war pig, and he's just having a good time as well. And Maya just grabs Yimik and chucks him, gives him a flippant body slam on the ground, and Yimik is going to take a bit of bludgeoning damage. And he takes 1 bludgeoning, kind of losing his breath, his eyes kind of going wide, and he's like, it was worth it. And then he kind of just lies there, slowly but surely getting up.
I just go, oh!
I'm sitting around near Kalsa and trying to protect my stupid elf friend. So if he gets in danger, I will step in to try and protect him.
Okay, you're standing guard. Okay, then Ilishat says, okay, the rest of us, ignore the wizard and the stupid goblin. Let us spread out and see what we can find. Maya, you come with me. And they head off towards the west. And yeah, what's everyone else doing? Doge, what are you doing at this point? Firstly, because I mean, you're the one that's kind of freaking out at this moment, actually.
Yeah, but I thought I was calmed down.
Yeah, you calmed down now. You started to calm down. You still see things, still hallucinating, but you're not as worked up as you originally were. Yeah.
I'll just say to Bedrick and Adol, let's go double check those traps and make sure they're all fine.
All right.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
As you kind of get to the traps. Yeah.
With those freaking out as soon as Elishad came close to him, I'll sneak after those two and see what they're doing.
Okay. All right. Roll stealth.
14.
Okay.
No, wait. Stealth.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. So as you try and sneak up on them, you step on a twig, and with Elishad's very keen draconic ears, she hears you and immediately turns around, draws an arrow, notches it, pulls back, and just as she was about to release, she sees you, and she releases the tension, puts the arrow away, and kind of just calls you over to join them.
I don't go.
And then they just ignore you and continue kind of looking around, continuing to move west, just scoping out the area. All right. Doge, as you and the rest come onto the traps, these traps start looking very much like snakes. Kind of as Adar kind of pokes and touches them kind of moving. Your eyes making it appear that these are living things, not threatening, just kind of swaying and almost like some worm-like creature, just moving back and forth in a very hypnotic way. All right. Anybody doing anything else?
Just because we didn't hear, I'm still with Calter. Is that fairly close to the wagon and the horse?
Yeah, the wagon and horse. So the area is kind of like these series of large boulders with small gaps in between them. So it almost looked like somebody had purposely put them in circles. But there are quite a few of these circular boulders in the region. So you guys kind of took the most tightly packed bunch, although you could still fit through the cracks. And you were able. There is like a bigger gap where you managed to kind of pull the cart in. So the cart is in with a circle. Let's call it about 20 feet, not 20 feet, 20 meters in diameter, with a radius of 20, whatever. But it's like quite largish, enough to fit the wagon in and the rest of the party quite comfortably. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then I will just stay there guarding Calter and kind of checking the wagon.
All right. Roll perception just in case.
Okay. This never goes well. The 8 plus, don't remember plus what, just hold on. It's plus the 1, okay, no? Plus,
Yeah, I think it's minus 1. Plus 0, I think.
0, so 8.
Yeah. So you kind of stand ready. You don't see much. You can't really see past the rocks. The fire is kind of letting off light within the immediate vicinity, and that's kind of all you see. You see Kelta and Yimik kind of going a little crazy there on the ground, and other than that, you just kind of stand more focused on them than anything else really around the area. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So as you guys kind of go out and you have a look about, I'd like you all also just to roll perception.
Me as well, because I'm pretty sure I'm not perceiving.
No, not you. No, all the guys that are. So, Doge, you're gonna roll with disadvantage. So soon, whatever you're doing, let me know. And yeah, and Elishad, and Beardrick, and Adar.
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
5.
I also rolled a 12.
I've got 4.
4, actually.
All right, 4, 4, and 12. Hey. All right, so you guys kind of go out. You just hear the normal night sounds. You can hear the crackle of the fire behind you, the loud singing of Kelter, the screeching of Yimik making a terrible racket, and it's very difficult to kind of concentrate on what else is out there. You don't see anything strange though, so you make your way back to camp. And at the same time, as everybody approaches in, Elishat and Maya come in from the west. Oh, we couldn't see anything out there. It's completely pitch dark and just rocks everywhere. I love rocks, you know. Rocks are my life. And then they just kind of sit down around the fire, and then Elisha turns to you, Doge, and in like quite a caring voice, kind of says, "Oh, you're all right, child, or not child. Oh, you're all right, man." Don't know what else you would say, but yeah,
Yes.
something along those lines.
Yes, I'm not feeling too well. I think I need to sleep.
Did you have some sort of premonition?
I see flames, purple flames, all around me.
Ah, that's rather ominous. I think we had better, Sassoon, as you say, since he does detect evil, we should probably keep a good lookout tonight. All right, let's set up guards then. Maya and Elishat, they say we'll take first watch.
I think we should split Mayer and Elishat in two different groups. I'll go with Mayer on first watch, and then I think somebody else can use Elishat in second
you don't trust us. Fair enough. We don't trust you either. I agree with this.
Good. At least we agree on something.
I do want to say that you and Elishat. Oh wait, you have night vision. Okay, no, never mind.
Yes, I have night vision.
I'll go with Elishat because she's got night vision.
No, Elishat doesn't have night vision.
Doesn't?
No. Maya has night vision. Okay. So who's taking first watch then?
I've got night vision, so I'll go with the one who doesn't have, and then Doge the other one.
So Adar and Elishat will go together.
Okay.
I'll take third.
Okay, so
I think,
sorry, Adar and Elishat, and then Doge and Maya, and then Sassoon. Who are you going with?
Don't know yet.
Okay.
I'll go with Sassoon.
Okay. All right, and then we need one more watch towards the end.
and I can go then.
Okay, Kalter.
I should be sobered up by then, hopefully.
Yeah, no, you'll be sober by then, Kalter and Hal, yeah. So at this point, Doge, you start feeling the effects of the hallucinations wear off. Luckily, they weren't too intense. And yeah, okay. So everybody's done for the night. So we're all heading to bed. Anybody want to do anything else?
I would like to take out my crossbow and just like fiddle with it and inspect it a bit more.
All right.
Like just learn the ins and outs and and tweak it a bit, oil it a bit, the works.
Sounds good. All right. Doing your studies and kind of learning more about the mechanics of crossbow work and
exactly.
And the forces at play within the universe and the science of things and not necessarily just magic.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Anybody else before we head into our long rest?
I do my normal Kitan and like try and get the dust and everything off my clothes and make sure my straps are tight before tucking in.
All right.
One of my daggers keep it in my hand as I lay on the ground next to the fire.
Sounds good. And as Kalter gently sings everybody to sleep, we have we have Adar and Ilishat on watch first. Let's roll perception. Wonderful.
9 plus 1, 10.
10, okay. She got 7 plus perception, 4, 11. Alright, so as you sit there, you just smell the smoke of the fire. You kind of keep it going. It's quite chilly, warmer than it was the previous day still, but the heat kind of bouncing off the rocks, creating a nice little atmosphere, and Kalsa's little bubble also actually surprisingly giving off a bit of heat, not just inside but out, like kind of emanating out as well. So it's quite comfortably warm. But you just hear the normal night sounds, and surprisingly, the night goes by without any interruptions for your watch. You turn to wake up. Firstly, anything you want to discuss or say between each other? Ilishat and Adar.
Are they have to escort the goods as well, or they were tasked with finding the goods? If I remember correctly.
We were tasked. Yes, I keep changing her voice. We were tasked with finding a merchant's goods from Fandlin. He told us that they kept getting waylaid, in his words. We didn't believe him at first, but on more investigation, obviously, we found the dead horses and the slaughtered goblins, followed their trail, found you guys, saved your asses, decided, these look like the marks of highway goblins, if we could call them that. And we went into the cave, and lo and behold, exactly what we were looking for. So it turned out that our paths were meant to cross.
Okay. Can you tell who is your employer?
They don't mind talking. They say our employer is. I don't want to lie to you. Just give me 2 seconds here. Our employer is Almar Barthen. He's the proprietor of Barthen's Provisions in Fandlin. That's the first shop as you come in on the eastern side of Fandlin. He sells basic goods. He makes a decent living. A lot of mines are opening up in the region, so it seems like the town is slowly but surely growing. Although there does seem to be a little bit of trouble going on. When we first arrived, we thought that he wanted us to do a different job. However, turns out he was just concerned about his missing goods. So he also asked us to investigate, and that's exactly what we've done and have achieved.
You've been to Elishad, to Andelin, is there lots of other shops there, or just this one?
There were a few, not many. There is the miners' exchange that deal in mining goods if you need any equipment. They also exchange any obviously mined ore or rocks of value for coin. Then there's the Lion Shield Costa, who I believe your North here is the proprietor of, and they sell also a lot of mining equipment, but along with other adventuring equipment and gear and weapons and so forth. But Fandlin, yes.
Would you expect there would be some foul play between your employer and our employer to one trying to push the other out of business, or?
It's possible. I don't know Alma very well, or any of the other folk of Fanlin. We weren't there for very long, perhaps half a day, and we were out on the road. We didn't speak much. We aren't in this business to ask questions. We are in this business for the coin, you know.
Okay. Well, that ends my questions.
All right. Okay, that ends the watch then, and Elishot kind of asks, and the eye. How did that happen?
We were exploring some caves, me and my old master, and we got into a bit of a tussle with Nobold.
Kobold, yeah. I know those dastardly things. They're tricky bastards.
More trickier than you would think. And he managed to get me with a poison arrow in the eye. Managed to survive, but I lost the eye.
Well, at least you escaped with your life.
At least I escaped with my life. No, that's true.
How
did you and the rock gnome come together?
Well, we are actually both from the southeast, quite far. I left my hometown. I seek adventure and gold. There wasn't much for me there, besides our small clan of Dragonborn, and not much opportunity for a young Dragonborn. So I decided to leave, and I learned a lot of skills out in the wilderness. I also had a mentor. Unfortunately, he was killed. Maya over there, he actually saved my life. So I owe him a great deal. And since then, he's not the easiest gnome to be around, but I owe him much. And it's been tough. He himself is actually from the Underdark. Similar story to mine, seeking greater riches and fame and glory, decided to leave his comfortable home and seek adventure on the surface. And that's about it, really. Ever since we've been traveling together, we joined a mercenary group in Waterdeep and decided to strike out on our own and create our own branch in Neverwinter. And that's where Almar got hold of us.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything more.
Okay, Doge and Maya, you guys, Alicia kind of shakes up Maya. Yeah, what is it? It's my turn. Okay, great. And Doge.
Jeffrey, are you having fun on Roll20 there?
A lot of fun.
Good.
Okay, Doge and Maya, roll perception. 16 plus. Uh, 17. Okay, plus what's your perception modifier?
-1, 16.
Yeah. Okay, so Maya got 16 plus 1, so that's 17. Okay, so it's pretty decent. Okay, so as you guys are kind of sitting there, again, you hear this loud screech that kind of chills you to the bone, like a bird of prey hunting and actually killing and catching what it was looking for, almost. And Maya turns to, do you hear that?
Hello?
Did you hear that? Doge, did you hear that screeching? It gets me into the heart.
Yes, it sounds like something's dying.
Ah, it does. I hope it stays far away from here.
Yes.
Then he kind of says, uh, so, so Doge, you look like a man, obviously. But what drives you, son? What pushes you forward?
I'm here to find out more.
More of what? That doesn't help me, man.
I wish to seek revenge.
Ah, now that is something I can relate to. Revenge. Ah, that is
Yeah.
sweet. Revenge is sweet. So who is the fella? Or is it a lass?
It is my mentor, a woman.
Ah, so you seek revenge on a woman then? Or is
Yes.
it? Okay, that makes sense. And she was obviously very dear to you.
Yes. She was like a mother to me.
And would you be willing to share your story, or is that something you don't just tell anyone?
No. She saved me from a young age. Found me in ruins or a burnt out village basically, and raised me and taught me the way of paladin, and was taken from me recently.
Oh, that's harsh, man. Sorry to hear that. I know the feeling. I lost many a kin. Uh, so you say you lost her in a fight, or what happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm searching for. It is some demon
Mm.
with blue and purpley green flames in its
Ah,
presence.
I recommend you keep that quiet, son. That's not something you want to go asking questions about. It's dangerous business, that. I don't know if you heard what happened in, and he kind of drops to a whisper, in Coneyberry.
So,
You haven't heard?
please elaborate.
Well, let's just say there were purple and green flames seen that night. But all right, enough chit chat. We're keeping watch here. And anything else you want to say before we continue on? Oh, did we lose me here?
I can still hear you.
Okay, is there anything else?
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, let's wake up the others then. Doesn't seem like there's anything out there besides that annoying screeching noise. Okay, so as they go and wake up Sassoon and is it Beatrick? Yeah.
Yes.
That's right, yes. Yeah.
So as Mayor comes and wakes up Beatrick, he goes to Beatrick. He says, just keep a listen, man. Sounds like there's a beastie out there. And yeah.
Okay, I'll keep my ears open.
Good boy. Good lad. Gives you a tap on the back and proceeds to immediately fall asleep. Okay, so Sassoon and Beatrick roll perception.
Oh shit. And 8.
All right.
Ah.
finally a good roll. Jeez.
Nice. Nice.
That's
Talking at
22.
this point,
Yeah.
it's been 4 hours, or how long has it been? Since it started already?
2, 4. Yeah, it's been 4 hours now. We're going between. It's now the 5th to 6th hour watch. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm back to not being crazy anymore.
Yeah. You stable as stable can be for you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to just come out of my trance.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't have a watch. Is that something I can do? Just go. I'm coming out of my trance.
No, that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, you are what you call it. You do you're in a rebel.
Okay, I'd like to come out of my trance, and I'd like to cast my level. Well, not my level. My newly found spell, Find Familiar.
All right.
And I'd like to make my familiar a celestial owl.
Okay, wait. What do you need to do that with though first?
That's a good point.
You
Hold on,
need.
let me see.
'Cause
10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that must be consumed by fire in a brass brazier. Never mind, I don't do that.
10. You say 10 gold of charcoal.
Gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs.
All right.
You can start collecting charcoal if you want.
Yeah, there's
I
charcoal
don't
in
think
the fire.
we have a brass brazier. That's more the problem.
Yeah. There's no brass brazier nearby. Though there are. I mean, there's charcoal in the fire. You could probably find charcoal in the fire. And incense, you're not going to find anywhere out there at the moment. Unless somebody's carrying incense, but you don't know at this point.
I wake up with a really cocky look on my head, look around, and look very sad and disappointed, and go back to sleep. Trance.
Okay, into your revelry.
Yeah.
Good effort, though. Good effort.
Okay, because it's been 4 hours, is my health back up to normal?
It is about halfway at this point, so you can add another half of. So you are 9, I think. Before.
Yeah.
So you can add about.
Not
half.
even actually.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
on 17 or 25.
One more time, sorry.
I'm on 17 out of 25.
All right, yeah. So you can up yours by half. Half of that, I mean. So if you're from 17 to
Half
25,
of what's
so
left.
yeah,
Okay.
half of what's left. Yeah. Same with you.
Cool.
Yeah. So same with you, Beatrick. All right. So with those rolls, Sassoon, you can't really make out much, but Beatrick, off in the distance, it's. Let me actually just quickly look at what the moon is doing at this point in time. Give me a few seconds while I pull up the lunar calendar. But I think I think it's pretty dark. From what I can remember, it was the moon was it was heading towards new moon, so it was pretty dark. But with the starlight out, there is no clouds or anything. You see off in the distance. You can't really tell the distance at night, but you see two large eyes reflecting off the starlight off in the distance. You can't really tell how far, but you clearly spot it, and it does kind of put you a little bit on edge. You hear the usual loud sounds of the animals kind of scurrying about. It's not a very well-traveled trail. There are a lot of creatures and critters around, but nothing that attracts your attention to immediate danger or anything like that. So, Sassoon, you don't see much at all, really. You kind of more focused on your hands and whatever you got going on there. So, what's happening, guys?
Okay, I'd like to obviously tell Sassoon about the two large figures that I spotted in the distance.
Sorry, two large eyes. You just see these. It's like like reflectors. Like when you're kind of driving and you see those cat's eyes, those reflectors. It's almost like what you see. Like they appear and kind of disappear at almost like random. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell Sassoon about the two large eyes that appear and disappear random.
Um, do I probably don't see in the same thing, but I'll keep a lookout in that direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bedrick, if he sees them pop out again, he'll be able to point them out to you, and you'll see them straight away. You guys have similar vision, so eventually you do.
Move closer and
Excuse me?
investigate, Sassoon.
Excuse me?
No, I'm asking Sassoon if we should move closer and investigate. What does he feel about it?
We can certainly do that.
Oh no, this has gone so well in the past.
I know, but you put two characters that speak very little and have ideas of going forward.
All right. So do you guys want to go and investigate then?
Yes.
All right. So okay. I mean, you guys both have dark vision, so you'll be able to see, I think, 60 feet ahead of you, colorless light. And it is a full new moon, so there is very little that you can see. So you guys head out. Are you stealthing or what are you doing?
Yes, definitely trying to stealth.
Okay, roll
Definitely
stealth.
stealth.
Just while he's doing that, for interest's sake, England beat Germany by 2 goals to nothing.
Gee, that's mental. That's mental.
I just rolled a 3 again. All I can roll is 3s.
So Sassoon and I are not going to be very stealthy. We just put it that way.
3 threes in a row.
That's weird. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so
but yeah, so I have a 6 and yeah.
Cedric, what did you roll?
I've got a
24.
A 2 plus a 5, so...
Oh
yeah,
wait, it's not
nothing.
the 19, it's the 2. Okay, no, we're not stealthy at all.
No.
So sorry, Bedrick, what did you roll? I just want to make sure there. Yeah. Bedrick.
It's a 2 plus 5, so 7.
7. Okay, I know. All right, so you guys kind of not really stealthily making your way out. It's even with this, even with your dark vision, you still struggle to see what's around you, and you often kick a rock or step on a dry twig, making sharp cracking and clacking noises as the rocks kind of roll and the twigs snap. You head north in the direction of where you saw the eyes, almost like I said, the tribal trail is almost like in a bit of a depression. So you have the mountains towards the south end and the slight escarpment that slowly starts to climb up towards the north, and you guys are heading in that northerly direction. And as you head in the direction you saw the eyes, I need you guys to roll perception. Well, actually, I need you to roll survival. Sorry, survival checks, both of you.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Nice. Yeah.
Plus 3 to survival. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So with Sassoon's impeccable.
Jeez, I've got like a 3, because it's minus 1 my survival.
Yeah, no. So Bedrick, you're completely relying on Sassoon's navigation and survival skills. As you guys are walking through the more like grasses and thickets, brush, low, small trees, nothing major or big or anything, easily enough to navigate through. You come to a patch of ground where you clearly see quite a large path that was made by some sort of creature or animal, but on the ground you see a massive paw print with these marks where the nails are kind of are these long, deep gouges where the nails are as it walks, and you identify these tracks as bear tracks, or at least that's what they seem to be. And also next to these tracks, kind of like just and with your very keen eyesight, as soon as you kind of go in for a closer inspection, you see dust marks. These very light, as if something just on the edges of the paw, like on the side, like as if there was some sort of something hanging off the side, and just dusting the edges as it walks with its feet, creating these. Sorry, I've just got a weird pop-up on my computer.
Okay, I turn to Beatrice and when you first started talking about owl the size of a bear, I might have been a little skeptical, but and I show him the bear tracks with then the sort of feather marks at the side of his footprints.
Yes, I see that, and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot like what I saw when I went out on my scouting mission.
How far are we from the camp now?
You guys have traveled about. I'll tell you now. Just give me some time to get to the maps. Sorry. So you guys are about 15. From the camp, from your campsite, you're a good about 3.5 to 4 miles.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you guys kind of tracked out quite far.
Okay, I didn't think we're going to go that far to check for tracks.
But that's where you kind of saw the eyes. They were off in the distance, up this kind of escarpment. At night, you can't really tell at distance as well. But you kept a point of reference off in the distance, a specific shape in the hill, and that's kind of what you were aiming for. And that's where you got to. That's where you saw the eyes last. And this is what you've come across at this point in time.
I tend to better. Luckily, it's very far from the camp. So I don't know if we do want to go on an owl hunting mission, we probably could go back and fetch them, but probably just let this thing live for now.
Yeah, I agree. It's no immediate threat to us right now, so we could easily go back now.
Okay.
You know,
go back?
if we are still alive.
Yeah. Yes. Because we left our post to walk 4 miles into.
4 miles away.
I was thinking maybe like 100 feet or so.
Oh.
No, I honestly don't think I would have walked that far.
All right, but
yeah, let's go back and see if we're alive.
Okay, but yeah.
I mean,
as I'm walking back,
you guys were moving pretty swiftly. I mean, you had with that stealth check, you could have just been running along the track. So I mean, it's not like you were walking slow or anything. I think with that stealth check, you could easily have been moving at a very fast clip, taking maybe about 20 minutes just to reach that point, and it will take another 20 to get back. So all in all, about 40 minutes away.
Frolicking through the night.
Yeah.
On my way back, I tell Beatrice, I don't know how your past was going, but where I'm from, I get knocked out a lot, and it hasn't seemed to change much since I joined the party. But and I take out the sword that's on my back. This sword is called Tipuli, and it's older than I am. And when I die, I need someone to take the sword back to the Lethani to make sure it can be given to the next generation.
Okay, are you asking me to take on this duty in the event that you do die?
Or at least just tell the party that it should happen. But yes, I guess I've been knocked out so many times while traveling that I'm starting to think that maybe it's not worthwhile to test my luck like this.
Well, I'm deeply honored that you entrust me with this task. I'm no stranger to being knocked out in my past as well. I've had my fair share of gashes and scars, so I know what you mean. But yeah, definitely. If in the event we can't help you, or something happens to you, then I'll tell the rest of the party.
Thanks, Bedre.
Okay.
All right, and with that, I think does that end your watch, hey? Anything else you guys want to do?
No, I think that's all.
That's about it, sir.
Okay. Then last is Kelta and Halia. On the final watch, you guys go wake them up. You can pass on a message as you kind of change shifts.
I'd like to firstly mentally note what these fun routes look like to avoid any such situation in the future again.
Yeah, well, now that you've seen them and you've found them again, you can identify them, and in future you'll be able to you'll be able to identify them. Yeah.
Great. Then I'd like to just take one with me, as the biggest one I pretty much have with me while we go, like pretty much while we are on watch.
All right.
Just so you know.
No, that's good. All right. So Kelta and Halia, I need you guys to roll perception.
Okay.
20!
Ooh. Natural 20 or?
Yeah, natural 20.
Mine is 17. Holy shit. 17 plus 3. 17 plus 3, so 20.
Sorry, just when we went to wake up Kelta and Halia for their shifts, we did tell them that the owl bear is about 4 miles to the north, or where we saw it.
All the tracks you found, yeah.
And I tell them that there's huge bear tracks with feathers, so weird.
Can I do a nature check or something to kind of, I'm guessing a owl bear is a semi-magical creature.
Yeah, well, you'll have to do a nature check, yes. With your knowledge, I would give you advantage on that check. So roll.
Pretty much know what, how scary is it? What's its hunting habits? Those kind of things.
Yeah, well, with all the knowledge you've kind of gained from what you've heard Bedrick say before on his scouting mission and what everyone else has kind of said, you've gained quite a bit of knowledge. So roll with advantage.
Okay. Nature. So it's 11.
Is that your highest throw?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, it's a 12.
A 12. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That will do it. It's kind of slowly but surely, with all this information that's coming through, and what Bedrick kind of and Session told you about what they saw before their shift ended, you get a picture of this creature that you once saw in a book long ago, back in Kalashan, down in the south, where you originate from, in the library there where you studied. You remember this picture of a very large and muscular bear-like creature covered in feathers with a large owl-like face and eyes and a massive sharp owl beak. So it's got these very pointed eyebrows with this very round, like an owl face, basically, on this massive body of a of a bear. They're usually larger than a bear, and with these massive claws you can only really remember the picture. You can't remember what you've read about them or what you've heard about them. But you do identify, you can clearly make out that this is definitely a creature called an owl bear, as people have kind of been referring to it. So, yeah.
Okay. And then lastly, I'd also like to wake up Yemek, because he's not allowed to just sleep while the rest of us are on watch. But as I wake him, I want to also tell him that tonight is going to be the first night where we're going to test his loyalty, because everybody's sleeping. And just keep in mind that if he does anything to hurt or negatively impact anyone in the party, we do have a blood pact, and it will end up costing his life.
Yes, Master, of course. I listen to you, Master. I'll do anything you say. What do you need from Yemek?
For now, we're just going to be nice and aware and see if something scary comes up and have a good chat and some fun.
Yes, Master, I look around.
Rolls perception, 4+. I'll tell you now. 4+.
We already rolled perception. Yeah.
You guys, yeah.
I got a natural 20 and he got a natural 20.
Yeah, so he actually got 3.
Wow, he's still looking at his feet.
Yeah, he's more interested in what's around the camp. He's kind of looking at the cart and the fire, and just like kind of scoping everybody out, basically. Like just kind of studying everybody more, whilst it's easier to study people whilst they're asleep, looking at their faces and their gear and what they're carrying and things like that.
Can I also ask him if he knows anything about an owl bear in the area, because he's been here longer than us?
Yep. Yes, Master. There was an owl bear family near the hideout. We chased them off. They must have come back to capture the creature. You know, owl bears make good pets if you know how to train them. Dangerous, very dangerous. Yes, to have an owl bear is power, and I am pretty certain King Gaul sent out his minions to capture the large bears of owls and train them.
Okay, and how long does it normally take to train such an animal?
Many months to train. Takes time, yes it does. Doesn't happen overnight. They're very intelligent creatures, yes, very intelligent. But,
okay, so
difficult.
Do you know anything about their hunting habits? Do they go out at night and do they usually hunt the goblins, or does it kind of keep away from scarier prey, or?
Yes, owl bears hunt many goblins, eat anything it finds. Owl bears are like owls. They hunt at night, come out at night. Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Yemek.
Pleasure, Master. Anything for you, Master. Anything.
And then I guess we just stay on watch.
Okay. Anything else you two want to say to each other? Halia, Kalsa?
I want to ask Yemek how many goblins he has killed.
Countless, Mrs. Halia, countless. Mrs. or Mr.? Oh, I can't tell, but countless, Halia.
Oh. So he's getting a death stare, but nothing more because Kalsa says he's important.
He kind of
but I
looks
want to tell him that if you've killed so many, it won't be a problem to prove to us sometime that you like killing goblins the next time we find them.
Yes, you tell me, you point them out, and Yemek will slit their throats.
He says with a nasty scowl on his face.
At that point, I'd also like to kind of just on the side say, but Yemek, you love gold just as much as Halia loves gold, don't you?
Yes, I love gold. Anything shiny, anything that looks pretty, I like. Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know. I think more than that, I'd like to also tell Halia. So while we're just kind of sitting and you know, that typical part of the night where everybody kind of gets quiet and just starts looking around and being perceptive, I guess, except for Yemek, who's looking at his toes at other people. I'd like to tell Halia, or kind of start a conversation with Halia. I don't trust Maya and Elisha at all, even a little bit.
I agree. And they are full of themselves as well.
Yeah. We need to be sure to keep an eye on them because if it comes down to it, it's not going to be us, it's going to be them.
I agree. We will be watching them the whole time. Tell your goblin to watch them too.
Okay, I kind of asked Yimik, what do you think of the dragon lady and the small rock gnome?
I don't like Dragon Lady. She reminds me of kobolds, disgusting creatures. And he spits on the ground.
Yeah.
And Mayor, those gnomes, tricksters, all of them, trickster gnomes. Don't like them. Slit their throat, I will. And he pulls out his a little dagger that you don't know where he kind of got since you de-armed him. And he starts slowly making his way towards Mayor. And he kind of
pull him off and go, no.
Laughing.
And he looks at you with a smile on his face, like, yes,
no, not yet, no. And then I'd like to tell him that, remember, with let's say, with our group, we believe in trusting each other first, and then when something bad happens, we'll handle the consequences then. Unlike, I can only assume goblins that just kill each other for fun. So, on that note, because I know it's not his culture and not his values, and I'm really trying my very best to get this goblin to be part of the team, I'd like to ask him if he's got anything that he'd like to tell me that he's done, that he's feeling not necessarily guilty about, but that he's kind of in the last few hours or day or whatever decided that he might have made the wrong decision, because I know it's going to take some time and culture shock and everything, and maybe we need to fix something.
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Roll persuasion with advantage since you do have the fake curse that he believes that's on him.
Okay, persuasion you said. Okay.
Yeah.
That is 14 plus 0, so it's a 14.
Alright. Okay, so he kind of looks down and he's like, and back up at you with these wide eyes, like, Master, yes, I did something, I did, yes, but I couldn't help myself, I just couldn't. And he reaches into his quite decent leather armor, like I've said, but still dirty. Reaches in. I took this one from the big human, and he pulls out. He says, "You can have it, Master. You can have it." And he gives you in his hands, holding 30 silver pieces.
I'm gonna tell him to hold on to that for now, because I'm not gonna solve his problem for him. But we'll just keep it safe for now. And don't worry, he's not in any trouble. You know the typical thing your mom and dad says, where you're actually in trouble, but you're not in trouble, but they're trying to make you feel better. So I'm gonna do that and just go, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. We'll sort this out tomorrow morning. But you have to be careful, because you're only gonna have that many chances to prove your worth to the group.
Yes, of course, Master. Thank you.
And then he just puts it away, and he just sits there with a big smile on his face.
I tell him to no. I'm very disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. Bad Yimik. Bad Yimik.
Sorry, Master.
Yeah,
sorry.
Fake spray bottle.
Okay.
Master, wait! No!
It's like,
I like shiny things. I couldn't help myself. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine. I'm proud of what you've done so far, but that's not good. But it's okay. It's gonna be fine. And we go on with the rest of the. Do you want to say something else after that fight?
No, I started laughing when he wanted to kill the untrusty new people.
And suddenly
after that,
grew like 4 sizes towards me.
you're watching him because he still looks like a goblin, but nothing that I want to say.
all right.
Okay.
Alright, so that ends the watches. Everybody, you kind of start waking everyone for the next day's travel. You kind of get up and ready to get moving. Let's just speed this along a little bit. So we will kind of just perhaps just skip the next night. Let's just for sake of the story, let's just all of us roll perception and
Just to that the next morning, I'd just like to get everybody together and tell them like Yemek has made a mistake, and I believe we can all forgive him because we've all made mistakes before. And I'd like to tell Yemek to confess his sins and kind of trust that the who did he steal from again?
Doge.
Or Ador.
Was it Ador or Doge?
It was Doge.
Doge.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust that the fact that Doge is most likely lawful good paladin is gonna get him to forgive the little goblin and show him some love.
Well,
So you think the lawful good paladin will forgive law breaking?
I'm hoping that he can see the good in the goblin that's trying to change his ways.
Did I go the goblin?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I'll just stand next to the goblin and you can stand on the other side.
yeah, Calter, because I still trust Calter more than I dislike the goblin.
Alright. Okay, so Yemek slowly approaches Doge, and like what Puss in Boots does with his eyes when he's trying to be cute, kind of like looks down and then looks up at Doge and it's like and kind of yanks on his arm on the little cloak or on his bit of material. Excuse me, master.
What do you want?
Very rude.
I have something to tell you. Yesterday, I noticed a couple of shining things in your pocket, and well, I couldn't help myself. You know us goblins. We struggle to keep our hands to ourselves, and he kind of reaches into his jerkin or whatever, pulls out his hand with silver pieces in it. I took these from you, and I would like to return them. And I would like to say that I am incredibly sorry, and please don't kill me. Holds out his hand with the silver pieces.
Doge looks down and says, "Thank you for confessing your sins," and reaches out towards the silver pieces and says, "The lessons aren't learned unless felt." And then he grabs the goblin's arm and chops off his arm while the silver goes flying on the ground.
Just on that note, kind of expecting this, I'd like to cast Silent Image, and pretty much create a bugbear like 50 feet away from us, stalking around, just as this happens.
Okay, so let's do it like this. Let me just think about how we're going to tackle this one. So as this is going on, you cast an image of a bugbear. Silent image. So you're casting a spell, right? Is it a spell that you're casting?
19.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Oh, you rolled a 19.
Off.
Oh, for attack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's quite a high roll for anything that I'd ask you to check. So I think let's roll a. I'm just trying to think what we can roll for you, Calter, to make your perception. No. Yeah, Calter, what do you think you could roll to kind of make your image convincing enough to distract Doge from his intent?
Well, the fact that we all know there's a bugbear in the area.
Owlbear.
Sorry, an owlbear in the area, not a bugbear. An owlbear in the area.
An owlbear, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, I feel like if you cast the stalking owlbear, that is pretty much as big as a 15 by 15 foot cube, and point out and go, holy shit, owlbear, it'll most likely be, quite, let's say, reactory from that point.
Yeah.
It would either maybe be performance, but he might be able to roll that at advantage,
Yeah.
or maybe yeah. No, usually when you're trying to act out something, it's performance.
Yeah. So you
We
can't.
need a timer. We need a timer because
You know,
in my mind the goblin honors.
Sorry?
sorry, Doge, just say that one more time.
We need a timer on this action because in my mind the goblin's honors.
Alright, yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm starting one now. Let me quickly get it going. 2 seconds. Alright, fair enough. Do this, do that. Not meant to see that. Not meant to see that. And start. 2 minutes to decide what's gonna happen. Alright. Okay.
But
so,
is it performance then?
Yeah, right. Roll performance then. Oh.
Should I do some dexterity or something? Because I also said I would like to try and guard Umix, so like stop the blow or pull him out of the way or something like that.
Yeah, roll a strength saving throw.
Strength saving, alright.
Well, my performance does not go well. It's a 6.
Yeah, no, that doesn't do it.
Nope.
I got a 13 plus 4, so 17.
That doesn't do it either. So Umix's arm gets chopped off as you try and distract and stop Doge from his intent on cutting off Umix's hand, and him just being so quick and ruthless, not ruthless, but quick with his justice. He pulls out his, well, just describe what you do, Doge, to cut off Umix's hand.
Well, as I said, he was holding out the silver coins towards me, and I said, "Thank you for confessing your sins." And I grabbed his hand, with kind of with the silver pieces falling out of it, and said, "Lessons are only not learned. Sin isn't learned, out." And then chopped off his arms, one slice.
And he gives an unearthly shriek of pain. And he, yeah, and there's blood pouring out. And actually, roll a, I think just roll it, actually roll a d6. Roll a d6, yeah. Damage.
Two.
How much?
Two.
2. Okay, I'm
That's
gonna
very
I'm gonna add your modifiers, so your strength and your proficiency bonus. Is it? No, I think it's just your strength. Hang on, let me just check your stats here quickly. Sorry, I'll tell you now.
That's 5, no? Plus 3, so 5.
Yeah, I don't want to add both your proficiency bonus. I just want to see your strength plus 3. Yeah, so it's going to be plus 3. So it's going to be 2, you said, hey? 2 plus 3.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that's 5. So 5 points of slashing damage. And Yumik, with a screech of pain, screams out, and he still looks okay. Just a lot of blood bleeding, missing his hand, obviously. And yeah, I think, does anybody want to do anything? Help stop the bleeding?
I'd like to yell, "What the actual ever-living fuck, Doge?"
Goblins should die. They don't deserve to live.
I couldn't hear you.
Goblins are evil.
Remember, the sword of justice cuts both way.
I've already been cut.
Not enough, apparently.
Well, you want to take me on? Let's go,
You
boy.
will die very quickly.
Whoa, okay, alright. Let's just break this one up.
No, nothing's actually happened yet. It's more of a threat.
All right. Anybody else want to add anything to that? Well, so Yumik is standing there screeching in pain and bouncing up and down with his one arm.
From my perspective, the paladins are evil. No.
Mm. No, well, stealing is wrong.
I'd like to just cast Prestidigitation like we did last time and cauterize his arm.
Alright.
The fireball.
Roll. What did we say we make you roll again?
I think was it medicine?
No, I think you just roll and we add your magic bonus, which was your intelligence, I think.
So 16 plus 5, so it's 21.
Yeah, you cauterize the wound, and it's quite a clean cauterization. It stopped bleeding. He's missing an arm though, and
also like yeah.
I was going to say, and the pain is more from the burn than from the missing hand.
Okay, I'd like to also tell Yumik that when we get to a big city again, we'll try and see if we can find some wizard or sorcerer or warlock or something to regrow his arm or do something like that.
Yeah.
And I'd also like to tell him that sometimes the most lawful acting individuals are the most evil.
He's got these, his eyes are like now bloodshot. Usually they got a little like yellow, bloodshot now, red, and he like looks at you like in a little angry and upset for not helping him, but like kind of just accepting his fate. And he bends down, picks up his severed hand with his other hand, takes out a bit of twine from his pocket, with his one hand, just with his legs, wraps it around his severed hand, ties it off, and just puts his hand over his head, his severed hand, and just now he's got his own hand basically hanging off his chest on a bit of rope. He's like, "You better, master. He hurt me. I told you. I listened to you. I gave him the silver back. This is your fault." He kind of looks at you a little angrily. He says, "You better make this right."
I would like to honestly say I'm very sorry about what happened. I don't know if I should make a persuasion check or something. Because I'm very sorry about what happened.
Alright, well, Yumik will roll for deception fee. And you can roll for persuasion as well.
Yeah. So I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah. Okay. He sees that you are being very genuine, and he can see that obviously you weren't. You didn't know what was going to happen, and you are very apologetic. So he kind of just turns away, sulking. Doesn't have much more to say after that. He's kind of licking his wounds at this point and just wanting to hang back and not kind of make himself stand out anymore.
Which hand did he lose?
Well, when he stuck it in, it was his right hand. So I'd imagine I was doing this, so it was definitely his right hand. Yeah.
Okay, so from now on, I'll call him Lefty.
Okay. All right. Nice. Let me just make a note here.
Favorite right hand around next.
Yeah.
Bonus on intimidation rolls.
All right. Sweet. Okay. Anything else anybody else would like to do at this point?
No, before somebody else will learn, I think we should start moving.
Okay. Final. Before we head out, everybody okay? All right. Sweet. And oh yeah, we are all about to roll perception to see how while we're looking at. We're kind of just gonna fast forward a little bit. Just roll perception, see if we see anything, and go from there.
16 plus 5, 21.
Okay.
14 for me.
Good.
20 for me.
9 for me.
7 for me.
14 for me.
All right. So decentish rolls. So as you guys are going, you're quite a largish group at the moment. There's 9 of you in total. North slowly but surely looking better, gaining his strength as he goes, and also also on alert, looking at what's going on around. And yeah, not notice. You guys kind of go along. You do kind of notice things in the bushes watching you. You can't quite tell what they are. You know you're being watched and almost followed. From a far distance, you kind of see silhouettes, kind of similar to the first day out on the trail, where you saw these figures kind of running along the southern hills. Those hills in the south that are quite high. You kind of see these little figures just moving across along the top, almost in the similar direction as what you're all moving. But you aren't really approached by anyone or anything. You don't see any other travelers on the road. It's very quiet, and you guys pass the next day and a half traveling without any incidents. You find a very good camping spot, also very secluded, like the previous night. Not many things can see your firelight and or find your spot you, and very nervous to approach. And the middle of the second day, so you've traveled home. Let me just work this out. So you've traveled for half a day, then a full day, and then half of another day. So that's 2 days. So no, a full day. Okay, yeah. So it's been a full 2 days since the incident, since the first day. The first day, you kind of, half of the first day, you kind of exterminated the cave. Half of that day, you traveled another full day, and it's the end of that second day. Am I right? Or am I'm kind of just
yeah, no,
trying to work that out.
Yeah, so that would be 2.5 days of travel.
Yeah. All right. So basically towards late afternoonish. Yeah. So more than 2.5 days, really. Yeah. It would be, like you say, 2.5 days. So it's the full second day. So I'm just trying to calculate in my mind so I know what time of day it is. Let me just quickly change the scenery here. So I just want to see what I've got. I should have a thing here. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds. Oh shit, I don't know where I've put it now. Oh wait, I think I know. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay, got it. I just want to change this. All right.
Ooh. Oh, did you paint that for me? Beautiful.
Yeah, put in a lot of effort. All right, so and then let me get this side going. So it's around 4:30. Let me also just quickly see what the weather is doing for you guys. Let me go back here. The weatherman says, all right. All right. So on the second day, you come over the hill. It is very light breeze coming in from the west. Still warm, warmer than the previous day. In fact, it is. You can feel summer is approaching. Still chilly, but a lot warmer than it's been the past few days. And there is a light rain falling at the moment. Not heavy, just a very couple of drops, slightly overcast, very and because of these clouds causing a bit more humidity to build up, increasing kind of the heat of the moment. It's almost like a foreshadowing, as if it's going to be an incredibly hot summer. Yeah. So okay. So as the rutted track emerges from a wooded hillside, and you catch your first glimpse of Fanlin, the town consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, some built on old fieldstone foundations, more old ruins, crumbling stone walls covered in ivy and briars surround the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. Most of the newer buildings are set on the sides of the cart track, which widens into a muddy main street of sorts as it climbs toward a ruined manor house on a hillside at the east side of the town. As you approach, you see children playing in the town green and townsfolk tending to chores or running errands at shops. Many people look up as you approach, but all return to their business as you go by. So pretty much as you see there in the image, except a bit of overcast and cloudy weather, late afternoon, the sun almost in your eyes as you kind of approach the town. All right, and as you come in, the first building you notice on your left-hand side, and Ilishat kind of sits up straighter, and she says, "This is it. This is Barton's Provisions. The gentleman, or the proprietor of this establishment, is the one who hired us. Let us stop here first, if that's okay with you." She kind of turns to you all and asks your permission.
It doesn't seem like it was an option.
Well, I mean, it's the first kind of building as you come in. I don't know who has the little map that I drew a while back.
I have it.
Can we? So we're pretty much in the town where North wants to stop as well.
Yeah. So this is where so North is like yeah, that's fine. We can stop here at Barton's. Drop off his goods. He's a fine fellow. Nothing wrong with him. He's a man of his word and a good friend, in fact. Let's stop off here and then we can find out the goings-on before heading off to the Lion Shield Costa.
Great. I'm fine with it. I don't mind.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
Map on the group.
Okay, so as you kind of approach, just hanging above the front of this modest trading post. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you're sending the photo. Let me just check what's happening on here, on the group.
So the yellow arrow is to where Elishat wants to go, and the pink one is where we want to go, and we're coming from the north.
Yeah. So Barton's is on the eastern side of the wagon track. And hanging above the front door is this modest trading post. The sign round in shape, so it's a round wooden sign, looks like a wheel, with a golden sun in the middle, encircled with red around it. And as you enter, you see. Let me just go. Come now. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. You see a male human in his 50s. I assume you all want to enter, or what's going on? Ilishat kind of takes the lead. She just grabs a sack of salt that she had found with the symbol kind of printed on the front of the sack as proof, with the wagon parked outside. She picks it up, kind of just casually strolls in with Maya right on her heels, goes up to Almar and just says, "Good day, Almar. We have completed the mission." And he drops the sack on the table. Here are your goods. It turns out that it was a group of bandit goblins staking out the roads and robbing any passers-by, as my friends here can attest to. And she kind of points to you all, whoever's come into the building.
I've stayed outside by the cart.
Yeah, same.
The moment we came into the town, immediately pretty much started walking around looking for a druid, a cleric, or a bard somewhere that can cast regenerate.
Or some smith that can make a hook.
Or some smith that can make a hook.
Alright.
That is a brilliant idea.
I went inside
Okay.
just to not only to ensure we get our payment of it, but to find out a bit more about the town and what this shop has to offer.
Alright, so as you kind of walk in, it's you see this lean and okay. We'll start with Bartham's Provisions, which is the name of the shop, Bartham's Provisions. The shop owner is a lean and hard-looking man, balding, and he speaks with a very deep but friendly enough voice. And he looks at Elishat. Why, thank you. I appreciate your service. And he drops a bag of coins in her hands. You can't really tell how much is in it, but a leather pouch filled with coins drops in your hand. Your payment, madam, and I really appreciate your assistance. I hope you took care of those goblins. And Elishat said, yeah, well, yes, we did, sir. Fuck, it's the same voice anyway. Yes, we did, sir. They put up quite a fight, but we managed to deal with those bastards, and you shouldn't be having too many problems from them, although we did see signs of goblins all along the trail. So from that particular group, you should be okay, but I would still hire extra guard. My partner and I, she kind of points to Maya, would be more than willing to sign on for a little higher price if you'd be willing. And Alma kind of says, well, I would have to think about that. Just hang around for a while and we'll see what I'll do. I knew there was trouble on the trail, but I didn't realize how bad it's been. There's just been a lot of stuff happening all over. But again, thank you for your assistance. You did your work in a timely fashion and very professional, and I shall recommend you to anyone who are looking for mercenaries for hire. Thank you. And Elisha kind of just gives a curt bow, turns out, and her and Maya kind of walk out the building at this point.
Sorry to interject it, but just before we enter the town and they started unloading the stuff, I would just like to speak to Adar and Kelder and show them the crates that I found inside, especially the crate with the leather bags of different herbs and spices, and yeah, especially that maybe it'd be more useful for them if they took it.
Can I do
Okay, well, we can.
realize what it is?
No, I don't know which herbs and spices it is.
Can I look at them and to see what they are?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah.
Okay. That is. I just learned something new, by the way. If you double click on the skill on roll on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it rolls automatic.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I rolled. If it's gonna roll now. Here we go. That's the natural. No, it's a 10. Never mind. 7 plus 3.
10. You can make out oregano and rosemary, but that's all you can kind of make out of the various packages. They're kind of in this little crate with small leather bags, quite thickly packed, all with different, not really labeled, but they have different knots. Each little bag has different knots, kind of almost as a way to indicate what is in there. I mean, there's no labels back then, so most of the time people would either have some sort of a different knot to indicate for their own way to identify them, and also by smell, obviously. and just opening up a couple of the bags, you can only really recognize oregano and rosemary within
Great.
those.
So I can make at least.
Can I, while they are unloading the stuff for Borison or whatever it was, I'm still on the wagon. Can I just check that they're not taking any of the stuff that does not have that logo on?
Yeah, roll perception.
Yeah. 12.
Looking at, I mean, it's not too difficult to see Maya and Ilishat busy unloading the cart, um, uh, along with Elma's assistants. He's got two assistants there that were also kind of busy in the shop who came out and also came to help unload. They're only taking their goods. They're not fiddling or doing anything strange. Just clearly Elishat pointing out what belongs to them and them taking their things. Yeah.
Good.
Cool.
As soon as Illy shut in them, they offloaded them. I pull her aside and say, "Okay, I think it's time our fair share came due."
Okay, she kind of looks at you and is like, "All right, it is time. Um, you sure we can't keep it? I mean, we did help you out. Technically, you do owe us one." She kind of like nudges and winks you and says, "We haven't grown on you, perhaps, have we?"
You did grow on us and you did help us, but you're exiting your story now. You don't need gold. We need it.
Fair enough. And she opens up the bag that you saw that Elma gave him, pulls out the coins, all of them gold coins, 100 sitting in her hands, and she gives you 20 of those 100 gold coins.
Thank you very much, Rishat. You guys saved us a lot. You helped us. Without you, we would not have been able to clean that goblin cave, but neither would you have without us. So I'm happy to say that we will part on good footing.
Ada, it's been a pleasure, and if ever you need any hiring, any mercenaries, you will be able to find us in Neverwinter. It's the town northwest of here, along the Sword Coast. We will be here for the night. We'll probably leave early in the morning. So if there's anything else you require of us, you will find us probably in the only place you could probably stay here. So Stony Hill Inn.
Once we conclude our business here, we will swing around, maybe find you, and we'll stick you for a beer, or I'll buy a round for you.
I'll hold you against that. And Mayor kind of turns to you. It's been a pleasure, matey, and he slaps you on the back. And we'll be seeing you later for a few brewskis. And turns and walks further kind of south down the path into the town. And that kind of concludes that little deal there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would like to then hand, how many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are 6 in our party. Plus the goblin. No, but he didn't do shit.
He lost his arm in service, you dick.
Yeah, so he's gonna do even less now. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, so I hand everybody 1 gold. So that leaves us with 4 extra. And then I say I will we will use this 4 extra gold to buy provisions for the group just before we set out. Is that fine?
I still have the 30 gold extra from when we started this mission. Was it 30 gold? How much was it?
I'm not keeping track. You guys need to keep track.
But yeah, I still have that gold as well.
Yeah, add this 4 gold pieces to that.
Okay.
Out of all of you, I trust the monk, the cat monk, the most with gold. With gold.
I used to trust the paladin, and then he I don't know, just start slaughtering and chopping off things' arms. Um,
As a as a as a as a as a note, who has the golden key? Because I don't have that key or anything. Somebody mentioned it, but I don't think
To be
I
honest,
had it.
I can't remember any golden key.
Yeah, I'm like, where?
Somebody spoke about a golden key, but it's fine. Then
You watch Harry Potter.
no. Then that's good because I couldn't remember anything, and they said Ada has it.
I think Kaldem mentioned that it's something that he could have stole from Doge.
Oh,
Yeah.
Doge has a gauntlet in his bag, quite ornate, very old, ancient-looking gauntlet that you've all kind of seen him kind of only really pull out once or twice.
Okay, so no, it wasn't you that mentioned the golden key then before that?
I don't recall anything about a golden key, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong,
I
but I don't think so.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember. I think it was Pedrick that said it maybe.
But wait a second.
But it doesn't matter.
He chopped off a goblet's arm for stealing, yet when he found 30 pieces of silver in the cave, he took it for himself.
Oh, well, he technically wasn't stealing, so I mean, it was fine. Yeah.
I don't know. That goblin pretty much found the silver as well. Yeah. If you're allowed to kill and take stuff.
Susan, you don't know about that silver.
I saw the silver fall to the ground after a goblin got to stole it, but I don't know where you got it.
Yeah, well, you don't know his backstory, but you don't know his backstory either. You don't know how much money he's got on his person at the moment. So I mean, you can't really tell. Yeah. So you're gonna have to wipe that from your mind.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, I think then they would take the party and the cart to
well, before we leave Barthens, does anybody want to do anything else there, or you gotta move on?
Can I find out if they have any dragon skin by any chance? For some weird reason in a tiny town.
Okay, yeah. Alma with a very friendly voice. And then Nart is also kind of standing there with you, and you kind of get the question out first, and he says, he tells you, I'm sorry, young master, and he kind of pulls this really raunchy face at the smell of old rotten leather kind of wafting off of you, and he's like, I've never heard of the stuff, but you might want to ask. I'll tell you now who you might want to ask who's in town. You might want to ask Colleen Elderleaf. She's a local farmer, and she knows a lot about what it sounds like some sort of a chemical or something, and she's probably the closest thing that would, or the person most knowledgeable about these things. So she's mostly a farmer, but she's quite a knowledgeable little halfling. Go and ask her about it.
I'd also like to ask if there's any sort of healer or something like that in town, like a medical person.
There is a person that could serve your needs, although she probably won't come cheap. It's Sister Garela. She serves the goddess of Tamora, the goddess of luck. she's located in the center of Fanlin, and well, I don't know why I keep going to Scottish. Anyway, she's located in the center of Fanlin, north of the main square. That's where you'll find the Shrine of Luck, an old rundown thing, but that's where she is. Although I'm not sure if she's in town at the moment. I've heard she's been out and about, so you can go check. But I don't think she's in at the moment.
I just want to help my goblin friend. And
yeah,
is the local smith in town at the moment?
Let me tell you now.
Is there a local smith and is he in town?
Well, the Miners Exchange does a lot of iron work, but we get most of our goods imported, and we get most of our iron working done with Galrin and his partner Nath standing over here. Oh, my good friend Nath, nice to see you. You look a little worse for wear, son. Everything all right? And Nath kind of just gives a little smile, and he's like, we just had a little adventure, and but we'll be all right. Unfortunately, then he kind of tells a story about what happened with Galrin and himself, and you just see this look of shock come over Alma's face, and he kind of goes on about Galrin. Oh, he's such a good man. He's a real close friend. And Galrin and North kind of run more the metal side of things, providing they got a small forge there in the Lion Shield Costa, and they sell a lot of weaponry and mining equipment and kind of adventuring gear. Alma himself provides more edible goods, along with other things like blankets and cloaks and clothing and other bits and pieces. But the main providers of necessities when it comes to hardware and stuff like that is the Lion Shield Costa. And he says that, and then North kind of asks Alma, tell me, have you seen Nandro and Tarden? And then Alma kind of shakes his head. They've been. He kind of says, well, I know they've been out camping somewhere outside town, but I haven't seen them in a few days. But they should be in a few 10 days. But they should be coming back into town to resupply any time now. Maybe wait a few days and see. But no, I haven't seen Nandro and Tarden in a good few 10 days. And at this point, North kind of turns to Kalta, I'm assuming, who's standing there, and he says, "Yeah, Tarden and Nandro are Galrin's kin. They run the things and prospect the area whilst we're away. Although they don't run the Lion Shield Costa, that's run by our manager. I'll tell you now who she is." Lenine Greywind. All right, and so yeah, so you haven't seen them in a few days. All right, we'll wait and see what happens. But we need to head right back out and try and find Galrin. We need all the men we can get, and and just try and muster a crowd and go in search of. I believe they've taken Galrin to a place called Cragmore Castle, and he kind of looks at Alma in like just kind of pausing to wait to see if he has anything to say about Cragmore Castle, and it turns out that he doesn't. And then he kind of looks a little dejected after all of this, and he says, "Oh, and after all that." I can't believe what's he's just in a bit of shock, and then he says, "And there's trouble happening in town as well, North. You best keep your head down whilst you're in here. I see you've come with a few friends, but we've been having some trouble of our own. Yeah, just be careful in town." And I don't know if anyone wants to jump in, because North will probably jump in at this point as well. Just to give a pause. All right. So North kind of says, "What trouble is happening here in town?" And he kind of again just leans in closer to whoever standing around the table and says, "Well, a few months ago, strangers started trickling into town. We didn't think anything of it. I mean, strangers come and go. Most of town are made of strangers. I mean, so it didn't seem well strange at the time, but they call themselves the Red Brands, and they've been shaking down local businesses and flouting the town master's authority and just causing havoc for the people of Fanlin. Well, the kind folk at least, those with hard work in their hearts and working themselves to half death out here and getting shaken down by these ruffians. It's not right, I tell you. It's not right. But Nath, I think you better get going. There's obviously a lot you need to do and organize. If there's anything you need from me, you just tell me, and I'll be more than happy to help. And with that, anything else you guys would like to do whilst you're there in the shop or anything? Whoever's around.
I would like to find out the price for a crate of tin plates and bowls, 3 sacks of salt, and a barrel of oil. I don't know if I want to sell the barrel of wine, but yes, probably the barrel of wine since we can't carry that around.
Some flour, cheese, and salami.
Can we just find out the price? Because I think if we take half back to his place, maybe we can swing it there by him. That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, I would just want to find out the price.
Okay.
And North kind of like says it would probably be best if you'll probably get a better price for those goods here at Barthen's Provisions, since we don't really deal too much in foodstuffs and things like that. So I would recommend you sell to Barthen's if that's what you're looking for. All right. Now I'm sure I wrote down the prices of those goods somewhere, but where I wrote them down I cannot remember. Just give me a couple of seconds here. Let me just do search find. Crates. No matches. Barrel. Okay. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds.
Maybe we keep the brandy until we're in a big town.
Yeah, I was thinking of keeping the brandy either because I think it might be flammable, and for some reason it looks more important than the rest.
You know, there's a dwarf in the party. The fact that the brandy's still there is good.
Okay, so let's go through this. Did I give any?
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. But it's Baldur's Gate brand.
No, I remember that. No, I remember the Baldur's Gate brand. Yeah.
No, I was just talking to Calton. It's like she doesn't like that brandy. It's
All right. So what did I list there? I've got things here, so I'm gonna add up the amounts for each thing. So list them one by one for me, please.
Okay, so the crate of tin plates and bowls.
All right, that will be worth about 5 gold pieces.
Then 3 sacks of salt.
That would be worth another 5.
For salt?
Yeah,
is it per sack or is it?
No, okay, for all of them. Not per sack, no.
Okay, then the spices I gave to the wizard. A barrel of oil and a barrel of wine.
The oil will be. Hang on. a barrel of oil will be 5 silver, and a barrel of wine. Give me 2 seconds whilst I find it. Oh my word. A barrel of wine will be 1 gold, depending on the quality.
And an old rusty sword.
You put the sword on the table, looks it over, and he says, just shakes his head. He's like, I can't buy that. Sorry, sir. That's got no use here.
Okay.
So in total, that was 11.
11.5 gold.
Yeah, 11 gold and 5 silver pieces. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Are you happy with those prices?
Is anybody else there?
Who else is in the
I'm
shop?
there, but
Are you happy with those prices? Because I'm
can,
happy.
can I persuade him for a better price?
Yeah, roll persuasion.
8 plus 2 is 10.
No, you don't. It's like, good try, man. But I can't do better than I've done now. This is already a good price for helping those mercenaries. This is already max I could offer you for all those goods.
Plus, I think we take it.
Okay.
We take we still have the brandy left, and we can swindle on a different place. Sell. I don't think you can.
Okay, and then we can probably give a smith the old rusty sword and see if he can do something with the rusted metal. I also see here I have 10 javelins. Anybody who can throw a javelin that wants a javelin?
Maybe the paladin.
Okay.
Doge.
Doge. Yeah, I would have discussed what I found earlier. Do you want the javelins?
Yes, please.
Okay,
That will be very kind of you.
Okay, you can add the 10 javelins.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else whilst we're there, or are we done?
I'm done for now.
Can I ask if I can perchance have the rusty sword?
Yeah, sure.
I want to try and get the goblin a hook for a hand. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Alright, so as you kind of exit Barton's provisions, Niles turns to everyone and says, my friends, let us unload our burdens and then allow me to secure you some lodgings. The local inn is very quaint, and we should rest up as much as we can before venturing to try and help Gelrin. And you all kind of go off to
I stopped Nob and then I just quickly ask, can you fight?
He turns to you with his little like a very confident smile towards the side and like, I have danced a few times. I would say that I am capable and competent. So if you're worried about me tagging along, I don't think you need to worry too much. I am quite useful with the blade, so don't expect me to be hanging back and just sitting around doing nothing.
Okay.
All right. Okay, come. Let's go to my place. Yeah?
When we start walking, I'd like to ask Yimik if, pretty much give him the option that we can either go to a smithy type person and see if he can fashion him a hook and tie it to his arm or hand, and he can have a hook hand for now, or we can try and see if the healer's there and she might be able to reattach it if we can either bargain some sort of deal or somehow have enough money.
Okay.
What would he want?
So he kind of, as you started entering town, you could kind of see him. He kind of pulls the kind of the wolf pelt that was left from the night before, and kind of tries to put it over his head to kind of cover himself up. He also, as he was walking, picks up some mud and starts rubbing it on himself, obviously like trying to disguise his look, a bit fearful of the people within the town, and also after the incident with his hand being chopped off. He's on edge and quite nervous. So he turns to you with his muddy face. His ears kind of quite long, but they're kind of poking up into the head of this wolf pelt. It still hasn't dried out or anything. It's still quite dirty and disgusting, and its little gross head kind of popping over the top. And he says, "Well, master, of course I would like my hand back." And he kind of lifts up his hand with his left hand like this and looks at it longingly, and he like tries to fit it onto his stump. And he's like, "I can still feel it, master. It's as if it's there. It's as if it's not around my chest, but on my arm." And he's looking a little sad. Yeah.
So can we go look for the healer then?
Lars kind of like looks at you, and also not necessarily feeling sorry, but also just overhearing the conversation. Just kind of said, "We'll be passing the Shrine of Luck, where hopefully Lady or Sister Griela resides. We'll see if she's there or not."
Perfect.
And then it's on the way to the Lion Shield, and we can inspect. And so you guys kind of go in as you're walking through the town. It's not very big. It's quite open, a lot of space. You can see off towards the east the shell of a giant house or manor that used to once exist, like you can see in the image. It's off to the side there. And yeah.
So sorry to bother. Did we get paid for delivering the goods?
You're on your way to.
So we're not there yet.
No, you're on your way to the Lion Shield Costa. So as you kind of heading south, on your left hand side, actually on your right hand side, you see the smithy, Kelter. But at this time it looks closed. The door's kind of shut. There's no smoke or anything billowing out of the chimney. It is rather late at the moment. It's heading. The sun is basically setting. It's about 5:45. It's still sitting early-ish, and as you're kind of walking through, on your left-hand side, you see, or on the eastern side, as you're heading south, you see quite a large building, made of mostly stone, shingled roof, quite small, but many windows kind of all along the sides, bright light kind of shining out, a lot of chatter coming from inside, and on the outside you see a signpost reading the Stonehill Inn. Yeah, so this is a newly built roadhouse of fieldstone and rough-hewn timbers, as you see it as you come in on the eastern side. So it looks quite new. You can even smell the new pitch coming off of the roof itself. And then on the right-hand side, almost as complete opposite, or to your west, let me go here just so I can get the description. Where is it? Oh, yeah. So on the other side, you see a very ancient-looking stone structure. The roof basically falling apart, and you see the symbol of Tamora, the goddess of luck, kind of painted on one of the stones, kind of literally a large boulder just sitting outside this shrine-looking church. You can kind of make out that it used to be a church. There's no door or anything, and on the rock it's basically a circle, like a coin-looking thing, in goldish paint, but it's quite worn, and it's got a face of a very beautiful lady, like the face of a coin with a very beautiful lady on it, kind of with a very not knowing, but like a very contented smile on her face. And you can make out, most of you know Tamora, the Lady of Luck, the goddess of good fortune, and most travelers and merchants kind of worship her. And yeah, I mean, before most travelers kind of head out, and they'd often quickly say a prayer, give up a few offerings to the Lady of Luck. Yeah, so as you kind of pass, it looks quite dark inside. You don't notice anything. What would you like to do at this point?
Knock on the door and see if he's there.
Well, there's no door or anything, but you can roll perception to see what you can see.
Okay. Second. Sorry, D&D Beyond closed. Sorry. I'll roll it. Here's the one. It's 17 plus 3, 20.
Nice, yeah. So as you kind of standing out there, you get the feel that it's all very desolate. Nobody's been living or been inside there for a long time. As you kind of poke your head in, on the far corner, you do see like almost like a couple of benches with that's kind of just facing a small stone. It's literally just a very basic stone altar with a couple of candles. None of them are lit, and a couple of incenses kind of also stuck around this stone. Tamora is also known as one of her symbols is actually a stone. So nothing special or anything. It's just kind of a very basic symbol, one of the identifiers to kind of identify the road and the hardships that can lead that can happen on the road, and just being able to stay strong and push through most of those and find the luck where you can get it. But standing in there with your arcane senses quite finely attuned, you get the sense that there's definite power within this structure. You get a strong feeling of how could I describe it? Like strong feeling of fate almost, kind of congregating in this small structure, but it's very strange because you're getting this very intense sensation, this very intense feeling, but it's such an empty building with very little in it, and it almost appears destitute and run down. So it's rather strange. But yeah, you can smell like the old wafting of the incense. Oh my word! My gran. Don't know why she's phoning me now at this time. Sorry. Anyway, I'm sure it's fine. I told her that Lene secretary was tested positive for COVID yesterday, so now she's freaking out and constantly phoning me throughout the day and giving me advice. She said to me earlier, Togni, you must go to the chemist tomorrow and buy and ask them for something with much energy. It must have much energy so you can push through it. And I'm like, I call her Nogmama because that's grandmother in Hungarian. And I tell her, Nogmama, I'm not sick yet. I'm not feeling bad. She's like, yeah, but you need to be prepared. Buy something with much energy. And I'm like, okay, I will.
Well, I'm sitting here
Yeah.
eating super tea, so
Yeah, we did the run full preparation.
Oh no, that's good. That's good. We do have stuff here. I mean, we've got a lot of medication and ACC
beer,
and
here's my
Barocca.
energy.
Unfortunately, no beer. No, I didn't prepare for that. So. That's okay.
Wonderful.
My grandmother told me to steam. You put your head in a bowl of steam and you breathe in the steam, and that's what makes your lungs better.
That sounds like something my grand would say as well.
You basically do warm vaping.
Yes, yes.
With regards to the shrine thing, I'd like to walk to the shrine, light one of the incenses, and then offer, I don't know, 1 gold, because I only have 4, so I'm hoping it's like the Bible, a percentage of my income. But I'd like to put 1 gold piece there, as well as, like, where's that page of mine with my tubers? I'd like to also offer 100 grams of blackberries and 4 pieces of not poisonous tubers.
I'll add a gold to your.
And Undine will add 1 gold to my offerings.
Did you add the gold I gave you?
Oh no, I'm not adding all of it. I'm just adding 1 piece.
No, but it means that you add the.
Oh, to my other total.
Yeah.
No, I'll add that. Yeah, I'll just add that gold piece, and it's easier for me.
Sorry, but how much did you give?
Everybody got 1.
Yeah.
So we'll both put that there.
So yeah.
And then there was 4 extra, and that's on the by that 30 extra.
Did you only get 10 gold? Didn't
50.
you get?
Got 20. How did I count?
Yes. So everybody should get 3, and then there should be 2 left.
Yeah.
Guessing math is not your strong suit.
Yes, everybody should get 3. Why? How was I?
Okay, I'll minus.
Did I thought we only got 10, but we got 20. Yeah.
Then I'd like to put 2 gold pieces in, plus 4 pieces of tuber, 100 grams of blackberries, and I'd like to ask Yimik if he wants to put something in as well, because it's worth a try, I guess.
He kind of looks at this altar and he gives us a bit of a sniff, and he just pulls a scowl, and he kind of like this. It kind of whispers to you, "Sorry, master, but this is not my god. I can't offer anything to this lady. This is not my god." And he kind of
That's okay.
walks out and away.
Then I'd like to go for a nice sit on the stools, go for a nice worshipy fairy prayer, and see what happens.
I'll walk out. I just gave the gold.
Alright.
I'm gonna find a tavern and go sleep.
You're gonna find a?
Tavern and go and sleep. I'm calling it a night.
Alright. Okay, so
Good night.
so you're heading out, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep
Okay.
tight.
Alright. Well, we're gonna end it now in any case. We're gonna end it just before we head into. Okay, that's fine. Sweet. Good night, dude. We'll just finish off here and then continue from there. Sweet, man. Okay. So I just want to quickly do something here. All right. So as you do that, you feel this sense of peace come over both you, Kalta and Halya, and I would like you to both mark down inspiration. I'm giving you both inspiration for what you've done, and the goddess of luck kind of looks down on you and touches you.
We don't know how to mark inspiration.
I'm just gonna go.
Just gonna write it down.
Yeah, I'm not sure where on D&D Beyond you'd find it.
I can poke this button.
On D&D Beyond, it's a box just at the top next to your stats. You'll see there's a block. If you click in the middle of it, it'll become a sun, and you'll have inspiration. Are you using the app or the?
The app. I think that's why it's not.
Yeah,
showing.
Sam, I'm struggling with the app.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just write it down.
On the website, it's easy to do, but on the app, it's a little bit harder.
Because I did it on the app as well. Okay, so you click on your character. Oh no, it shows I have it, but I don't know how.
That's all good. I'll just write it down for now.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna kind of end off soon, so you'll figure it out throughout the week or whenever. Okay. So, anything else you'd like to do whilst before you exit or anything?
I'm disappointed to look around and kind of go, no, I thought the god was going to show up or something.
Yeah, well, you got to feel that that there was something present there. You couldn't really tell if it was a god or not. Yeah. All right. Well, I think let's just end it there. I see everybody is kind of jumping off, so that's not a problem. We're running a little bit over time. I was hoping to finish by 10 as well. So, but I'm happy that we got to Standlin. We will pick up. We'll say that we've kind of just gotten to the Lion Shield Costa, and we'll pick it up from within the Lion Shield Costa on the same day and take it from there. So if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, sweet guys. Thank you very much. That was a very lucky session, and
Yeah, it's a lucky session.
we're not going to
Appreciate it.
but with the way we kind of ended it, I don't think there's much we can do on the texting or messaging at the moment. So we'll leave that for now until there is an opportunity to use it. All right.
Okay. Bye.
Sweet guys. Cheers. Good night.
Cheers.
Good night. Good night.